I can hear you. Hey, man. Yo, what's up? Thanks for joining the third episode of SciCast. I randomly label these either SciCast or I have no idea what I'm doing. Both or at all times, all of the above. It's fun. I'm also joined by Darnell Quigley. If you guys do not know who he is, go sub to his channel. I will get his link here in a minute, and I will also post it in the chat. He's hilarious. He's a funny dude. Like, go check him out. But I'm thankful for somebody to join me because I like ranting with other people, because if I'm just talking to myself and then the chat, I almost feel like I'm insane, which I mean,
Been
that's a fair statement, but
yeah. But I used to stream on Twitch a lot back in 2016, and I felt insane. Even though no one's watching, you're supposed to treat it like thousands are watching. I felt insane talking to myself.
Even when I did my first stream ever, like I did it like, of course, because I'm so smart. I did it at like 1 o'clock in the morning on my time, when I'm like, nobody who watches any, like, I'm on the DA's channel, like we're all West Coast, it's like we're everybody that probably, well, not everybody, but a good portion of the people that watches any of us, or anyone that would be interested in what I have to say, is like, yeah, we're probably West Coast too. And they're like, yeah, we got to get up. And I'm like, yeah, well, I broke my foot, so I have nothing to do tomorrow. And it was like a Monday morning or some bullshit. And I'm just like, let's just let it ride. Let's see what happens. And oddly enough, I ended up getting like 5 to 10 people. And I was just like, I've heard people who like go to stream and they don't even get like 1 to 2 people. And I was like, dude, I got 5 to 10 people. I'm killing it, dude. Obviously I'm doing great.
Right.
Like, dude, I'm racking it in here. That just give me 5.
Your next one gets nobody.
Give me 4 to 5 more years of this, and then I'll eventually make $1. I'll make $1 to $2. It'll be great.
Right?
Totally worth buying a camera and a mic and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But anyways, so I'm just going live just to we're gonna talk some bullshit about the week that has been, and and to be fair, it's been a has been week. It's just like, it's been terrible.
Definitely weak.
Yeah. So even if you're watching Daredevil, so let's go with Daredevil. Like, have you been watching Daredevil?
Yes, sir. I've been watching Daredevil.
Look at that.
Caught up.
Darnell even brings like
guests on. You say hi.
Guest children. Look at that. What's up, little man? What's going on, brother?
Hi. Actually, what you doing? What you up to? Tell him.
Playing with my toy.
Okay. To be fair, what is that toy? What is that?
What is that toy?
Alien.
An alien what?
Stretchy alien.
All right.
We
used to have those. Like, they were like the stretch man. You remember those ones? But they had like sand. They had sand in them, and you'd be like, you can stretch them so far, and then all of a sudden you ripped them, and you were like, no.
Yeah. Well, these are like the ones you get in the 25-cent machine at the supermarket.
Oh, okay.
Those cheap ones that you can stretch a mile.
No, Dad, it's from.
They're still better than the $25 thing we bought. Like,
oh yeah. It was made with so many chemicals. You could feel the lead poisoning as you were playing with it.
Hold on, I actually have comments coming in. People are actually watching the stream. Hey, man, thank you for everyone joining in. Let me go ahead and shout out to the dude, Rafa Balde. What's up, brother? Andrew Wordna. Obviously, Quentin. Because you know what, Quentin, I want to shout you out, but at the same time, go fuck yourself. Also, We're gonna drink whiskey together. We're gonna have a good time. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while, man. Yeah.
Name of all people, the guy who talks the most shit in like most of the chats that we're in. Is he here to talk shit on my shitty random stream? I hope so, because let's bring on the drama. Let's just bring on the drama. It'll be fun.
There you go.
Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me in HD. What's up, brother? Dude, always good to the voice protagonist, the guy with the golden voice. If you have not heard the voice protagonist, this guy's voice is like, it's silk, dude. His voice is money. Like,
damn.
If he's not doing like some type of work to where he's making money off his voice, you need to be. And if not, like, I don't know, just like, I know sex lines probably aren't a thing anymore where you just call in and like somebody talks to you. But if
that should bring that back.
Yeah, like you'll make like $25 a minute. Like his voice is silk. He's just like, hey, what's up, lady man? What's going on? Let's go on. And you're just like, man. Well, I mean, nowadays that's actually accurate. Yeah. But he's just, dude, he killed, like, his voice is fucking awesome, man.
Nice.
Who else? I think that's everyone, and they've just re-chatted a few different times. Right on. Anyways, I'm on here with Darnell Quigley. If you do not know this guy, he does. Go ahead and tell what you do.
Well, I was hosting a quiz show that's kind of shut down, so I'm working on getting
hiatus a little bit.
Yeah, I'm working on setting it up in a new way. I generally just make the rounds. I appear on a lot of shows. Insert title here. Pop Culture Beatdown. Curse of Strahd later this afternoon. The Wednesday the weekday Rogues Gallery, and then the Tuesday night news, nerds covering news, and then tomorrow night I will be at with Sammy Threepeat at in other news tomorrow night.
Right on.
And then also
do all over the place, and probably a lot of the streams that maybe some of you guys follow, maybe there might be a little bit more low key, like it's probably around my level of subscriberness. They're all good people. They do fun stuff. They do like D&D streams or whatever. Darnell, I've noticed that when I go into their chats and I make my terrible jokes, he actually laughs at them, and I'm like, dude, this guy's awesome. He actually laughs at my shitty humor.
They're funny, man.
And I'm like, we're gonna get along just well. Like, we'll be just fine. Like, so I was like, hey man, you want to jump on the stream? Let's do it. Let's rock with it. Let's go for it. Look, I already got 9 people. Thank you. That's awesome. The 9 people who have showed up.
There's 9 more.
Apparently, Quentin said that Syphax went full on Diddy. Hey man, you want to come? You want to come to this party, Quentin? You want to come in?
I like how I like his comment before that. The MSK Castoffs made a stream together.
Oh, that's actually kind of relatively true.
He's not wrong.
Hey, look. I've made this statement before, and I'll make it again on this one in case like MSK watches or whatever. I have no problems with MSK. He messaged me one time, like the last time before a stream, and I simply didn't message him back. And there was some personal stuff going on. I didn't respond to him, and I think he just took that badly. And I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody for like a day. And I think he just took that wrong or whatever. And I didn't want to sit there and go and correct it. And he immediately, that's all behind the scenes. I'm not gonna go into that. So it's whatever. Like however you want to say, that's on him. If when he shows up in Vegas, more than likely, like he sounds like he's gonna go to Vegas. I have no problem with him. I'm gonna shake his hand. I'll give him a hug. It'll be all good. Who gives a shit? It's all fine.
Right.
I have no problems with MSK at all. But I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, it's me. I've heard that many times from like people my whole life. I look like Wee Man from Jackass. I've heard that.
Wait, how tall are you? Because
I'm 5'6". I'm short. I'm 5'6".
Oh, you are short. Okay. Because I'm 6 foot. So like, dude, if I meet you, you're gonna be like, I'll be able to rest my elbow on your head. Like, He's a cop. He'd be like, I know how to arrest you. I'd be like, good luck. Like,
well, you know, I mean, you don't play fair when you're trying to arrest somebody because they're not playing fair. So,
well, I mean, yeah, you got a taser and a gun. Like,
well, no,
if you can't take me down with that, like, I mean, you're just a failure of a cop at that point. But, come on. Oh. All right, let's see here. We got another one from Quentin.
Yeah, mid-size. Yeah,
I'm always down to join SAFAX. Hey, Quentin, do you mind if we usually like when I do these live streams like this? Like, obviously, I only have the free StreamYard thing, so I can only have 4 people on at any time. And a lot of the times, I'll throw on a link out there. And that's why, like, even my last one that I did, it ended up going to 6 hours. I don't expect you to be here 6 hours. No. I don't even expect this to be. If this even goes 1 hour, great. If it goes 2 hours, great. I mean, it's all watch hours for me. I'm not gonna lie to the chat. Like, I'm fishing for watch hours, but at the same time, I also want to talk to everybody. It's a lot more fun, and it brings a whole new dynamic to everything that's going on. Because it's not that I don't have topics. It's just that most of the topics that even if I wanted to bring up, it's like, hey, let's talk about Daredevil. Let's talk about the things that Anthony Mackie said. You've probably already seen them in videos this week. You've probably already seen them from some of your favorite creators or whatever. It's like, do you want me to reiterate that stuff? It's like, or do you just want to shoot the shit with some of your friends, like the people that you see all the time? And like, I would like to say that we're friends online, and then hopefully if I ever meet you in real life, we'll be friends.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Like,
I'm a people person, dude.
Dude, I'm 100% more of people. Like online, I'm oddly like quiet, and that's why it's funny when I'm online, because it's like online, it's just like, oh, that's the asshole who told me like I'm a Jewish piece of shit. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Tiny. I'm sorry I said that to you. Like, what? But
yeah, man,
whatever.
Yeah. No, bring them on, dude. I don't care. I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, Quentin's good people.
I've actually talked to him
Quentin,
a few times.
Are you still just Quentin? Are you still just only on Discord? If you're
He needs to get an X, man. I told him that. So, brother, you need an X.
Dude, it's so much easier, like, because whenever I stream, whenever I stream or when I'm joining other people's streams, what I have open, I have X, I have Twitter, or Twitter, or not. Twitter is X. So I have X, and then I have YouTube, and then I have my stream clicked on. That's it. Those are the only 3 tabs I have. And then if something else comes up, maybe I might type some bullshit, and then I get into it, and I'm like, okay, I gotta like look up something that I don't remember, like, because I have a weird memory. We were just talking about this before but before we jumped on, but it's like the way my memory works. It's like I could have read something, I could have watched something, and it's been a long time. But as soon as I'm about 5 to 10 minutes into whatever the hell I've read or watched, I'm just like, boom, and it all clicks back into place. I'm like, oh, now the story floods back in. So when somebody like names a title or they name a character or whatever, I'm like, oh, there's some that are just, you say Sarah Connor, of course I'm gonna know Terminator. Like,
right? Yeah.
There are certain names that are just like iconic enough that they stick. But when it comes to like kind of more niche things that are also awesome, they're great. Don't get me wrong, sorry, but they're also awesome or whatever. But it takes me a second. It takes a second to like recalibrate whatever the hell is going on. That's just the way that I work sometimes. So I've seen it even sometimes in chat where people will be like, hey man, do you remember that? Or like, it's SciFax, why didn't you talk about so-and-so? And I'm like, as soon as you mentioned it, it's taken me like 5 minutes to reboot that shit. And I'm like, ooh, like, oh yeah, now I kind of remember. It takes me a second. Don't get me wrong, I've probably seen the movies you're talking about. I probably know the characters you're talking about. It just takes me a second. I don't know. My mind just works that way. I hope it's not an onset thing or an early onset thing of Alzheimer's or Alzheimer's. Like my family has a thing of that.
Mhm.
I hope it's not that.
Well, if you drink diet
that.
sodas, that's gonna bring it on faster.
No, I just snort diet soda. Does that work? Like,
yeah.
I just do lines of fucking orange soda all the time, and then I just yell.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Quentin the link.
Soda.
Or if you want to send it to him, he asked to send it on
a. Hold on. Do you have Quentin's thing on Discord? Whenever my problem about opening Discord is sometimes it messes with my mic and my webcam because it wants to take it over.
Mm-hmm.
And now whenever I'm actually running a stream, I find it kind of sketchy because if I do it, I'd
right.
Just to be fair let's just be honest. Let's bring up MSK. If I do it, I'm gonna have to restart this shit. Like,
I got you. But send me the link.
Mine will be a
chat. I'll just copy and pass it over.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wait, how the fuck do I find the link? No, I'm kidding. I got it.
No, I'm not joining Nitro.
And bam. So private. I think it might be the same one I posted.
Oh shit! He messaged me back out in January when I asked him a question. I had just seen it. Oh shit! I'm sorry, dude.
Dude, I'm so bad. Like, I open Discord like probably about once a month type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually, I've only opened it the most recently, like as recently as I have been opening it, is because of Quentin to send him a link to his stream. That's it. And there's been people who have been like, hey man, I tried to talk to you. And then I jump on there and I have it's like 25 missed messages, 60. Same. I had one that was like 60, but that's just for the whole chat. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, I'm not going to read all this. I'm just not going to do it, guys.
Yeah. Well, like me and Quentin have talked.
We the North, she's awesome. She jumped onto the DA's member stream. Thank you for joining on that. She's awesome. She's a Canadian who's struggling to get down here to the U.S. She says she's 51. Hey, if you're cute enough, I'll give you a green card. It's all good.
I'm not the oldest one here. Holy shit. I'm usually the oldest one in the room. Holy cow.
Yes.
So yeah, I was talking with Quentin a lot through Discord, and we did a few like backstage StreamYards to kind of discussing a show. And then he got busy and I got busy, and then we just kind of like, and then I stopped checking Discord because I was added to a room for something, and I'm getting like 85 messages a day. So I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm not checking Discord for a while.
I hear somebody said when Clips is away, the Dragons will play it. But if you just turn just a little bit, hold on, let me turn my whole fucking monitor because I don't want to turn my camera. Check it out. Look, there she is. See her? She's in her little cat bed. She's just chilling. She's sleeping. So she is away, but she's napping.
Yeah. So Daredevil. Yes.
So
I was super.
You've seen all three episodes of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about it so far?
I was insanely hopeful for it. Then I saw that they filmed 9 episodes or whatever. Then they realized, oh shit, we need to stop this shit and course correct. And I started losing, hope. And then when I saw that they weren't bringing Karen Anwol and Eldon Henson back, I even lost even more hope. Then they're bringing them back, and I got hope again. And then I watched episode 1, and I forgot the storyline they're pulling that story from, and I got mad.
One second. Well, I have 2 things. One, Quentin Edwards is now on the stream. What's up, Quentin?
What's up, bud?
The other one I want to address is Squeegee McGee, which I mentioned this earlier on the stream with the MSK stuff. I had some family stuff that's going on that I didn't want to talk to about literally anybody about. And when he messaged me about that, I literally kind of went like mute for like a full day. and I didn't want to talk to anybody about anything because, you know, family stuff is it's my own business or whatever. And I think he just took it as like I wasn't responding to him specifically. I wasn't responding to anybody. So there you go. But
What up,
I
Sasha?
just wanted to address that. What's up, Quentin?
What's good, Darnell?
What's up, brother?
So Quentin, you know Darnell. I'm assuming you probably follow around the same circles. It's all good.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while.
We go back, bro.
Okay, no, but go ahead, Darnell. Keep continuing on with.
So yeah, I don't know how deep into spoilers you want to go, or you care to.
No, all spoilers. All right. I mean, all the 3 episodes are out. We get the new one on Tuesday.
Well, Darnell's show sucks. Spoil it all.
Okay.
Technically nobody's watching it. We've seen the numbers.
I know
nobody's watching this shit. Surprised.
When Foggy dies in the first episode, I got pissed off. Took me a while to remember that they're pulling from a certain storyline, and then I think last week it was announced that him and Karen Abel are coming back next season. I'm probably saying her name wrong. They are both coming back, so confirmed that they're pulling from that. But I did notice, you can tell it's 2 different shows mashed together. Stuff they filmed first and stuff they filmed after they decided to go back to starting block and restart the whole series. So you could definitely tell. And I think it's going to just hurt this season horribly bad to the point where it's going to be not watched by a lot of people. Why are y'all muted?
Because we were being courteous and you talk.
No, bro, I don't care. Shit. No, like dude, step in and talk. Say what you got to say. Say something if y'all got an opinion or something, you know. Or
no, sorry. I was typing. Or like if I'm sitting here hitting keys, like it picks up through my mic, and I don't want to do that. So I was trying to type to somebody in chat, but my bad.
Thank you for having a decent time on your stream today. That is fantastic.
Yeah. Instead of like 2 a.m. till or 12 o'clock at night till 6 a.m, I did a 6-hour stream, which ended up oddly being really good. Like there was a bunch of, like I had a consistent viewership. I want to say between 10. I think maybe I clocked out at like 18 people, and for my channel of only having like right now, I think I have 144 subs. That's not bad for somebody who just started a few, I guess maybe be about 6 months ago now. But I don't, even in my videos, I don't sit there and be like and subscribe. I don't do that. I'm like, dude, if you want to watch my stuff, you'll watch it. If not, like you won't. I don't feel I need to sit there and spam you with that. Like, hey, you like what I said? And also, most of the time, what I've also noticed is most people don't even watch the videos till the end of the goddamn video. So you're not going to see that little there's so many videos out there that are like, hey, put that little that capture thing at the back end of your video, be like, subscribe, hope you like my thing, blah blah blah, and they're just like, give a double thumbs up and like, yeah, like it's like, dude, no. Most people don't get that far. They just don't. And look, I get it. Maybe I'm not that interesting. Maybe my voice is too monotone. I'm very monotoned. I get that. It's fine. But also, I don't even watch videos like that. Like, I don't even watch. I get it. When people are like, oh, I clocked out at like 2 minutes in. I'm like, I got what I wanted out of it. Like, I'm like, hey, did you like that? Did you like the movie? And it's like, hey, I like this movie and I hope you go watch it. And it's just like, I mainly do movie reviews, and then now I've tried to kind of do some of these streaming things because I find this more fun. I find like this kind of setup more intriguing, like you know, just talking and bullshitting with people that I get along with online. And it's like, dude, we're all from different places. We have different opinions on either movies or a lot of stuff that we're already talking about, and it's just more fun.
Speaking of different opinions, not to brag, Darnell, but we actually have a homie that thinks Sydney Sweeney is mid, the world is flat, and refuses to watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's 3 strikes. He's out.
Yeah.
3 strikes.
To be fair, he's a super nice guy in real life. That I know he's talking. You're talking about T, obviously. So
Wait,
T,
names,
Uncle.
bro.
No, I'll call his ass out. I literally I text him to join this if he wanted to. So like he has an open invite to this, and
He's
it's
too
like
busy watching not Lord of the Rings extended edition right
he's
now.
probably actually working. Like that guy, I'll give him that. The funniest part
I'll be
about
back in
that
a second.
guy, yeah. The funniest part about that guy that I find well funny is like for how I feel like there's so much of what he talks about is delusional. He's super successful. He gets all his shit done and he like lives a totally normal life within his random theories about the world. So it's like he still capitulates to the normal world while being like, okay, once I'm done with work, it's like, let me go off about this shit. Don't get me wrong. We kind of all do that anyways. Like you're at work and you're just like, these fucking idiots.
Hey,
Like
Spyfex.
nobody knows how to run a forklift. Are you kidding me? It's the easiest shit in the world.
Bro,
And they're just like, there's only 3 levers, and they're like, they act like there's 17. Like, come on, man.
what are we doing wrong, man? There's like 5 girls in the DA chats with us. And 3 of them have it for T. And over here wants an autograph from him. This is ridiculous, bro.
Well,
We can't get the lady fans, bro.
what's funny is like so when I did my 6 hour, I mean you were on there for the 6 hour stream. Somebody was just like, oh, Cyfax is a 6, and I'm like, hey man, you can see me in real life. Like I get my body type or whatever. Like I guess you'd be like, yeah, you lean towards T because he's like he's skinny at 45. But it's like, I'm 35, and it's like, yeah, it would take me about like 2 months to get back in shape. But it's like that guy. Maybe it's because like you know what it is? He exudes a level of confidence that's delusional enough to fit most women's delusion. You know, like that. I think that's what it is because he just sits there. He's fucking delusional, man. It's crazy. But at the same time, he's fun as hell to talk to. He's hilarious, which also helps. If you be funny, also helps.
I like your confidence when you were like, hello, fellow blacks. That was pretty
cool. Oh,
cool.
yeah. Dude, I made that all in like I did that stupid freaking meme in like 3 seconds. I'm trying to get better at Canva for my thumbnails and whatever. It's like even the thumbnail I made for this thing, I made in like a couple minutes. And I just like took a couple of pictures, and because I've actually paid for it now, there's like cool little tools that just help you do it quicker. And I'm like, wow, this is way more convenient. And it's like, I hope to get to the point in YouTube in general where I'm like, oh, if I make $1, I'll feel like I succeeded. I'll be like, okay, cool. Like
you can quit now.
killed it, man. I made $1, and they're gonna take fucking 30% of that dollar. It's fine. Like it's all good.
So have either of y'all seen Daredevil?
Yes. So I've seen all of Disney. At this point, I'm willing to call it Disney freaking Daredevil. The thing about like the 3rd episode, because like DA was like talking up about the 2nd episode, and he liked kind of the story building that was going on, and once he said that and I started to really think about it, I was like, he's kind of right. And it didn't make me like the episode that much more, but I was like, I get your point. I get what you're saying. And then the 3rd episode came around, and the 3rd episode was boring as shit. Like it was like 40% boring. And then I was like, hey, let's get into this character. And then they're just like, by the way, let's kill that character.
You do know why they did that, right?
Well, he died in real life.
Yeah, the actor died. Yeah, he had cancer.
Well, and then in the comic books, like his daughter becomes that, right?
Yeah, his sister and his niece become it.
Yeah.
They'll
So
go back
they
and forth.
become the white what's it called? The white
White
tiger?
Tiger.
Yeah.
Hey, Darnell,
So
could you tell us if they did good with the whole police in
No.
Daredevil?
Nope. I was gonna comment on that in a minute. They're leaning into the shit that was what came out with 2019 when the Marvel the Punisher writer started denouncing all law enforcement and military for adopting the murderous intent. And like I'm sitting there looking at the articles, I'm like, okay, one, you're being hypocritical about your own fucking shit you're writing. Two, because I was a cop at that time, the reasoning cops have gravitated towards the logo. One, it's a fucking skull. Our skull's not cool. Two, it's what he represents, getting justice for the unjust, for the people who have been wronged. That's, I know people think like all cops are this and that, but 90% of the cops, 95% of the cops that I know, no, not just like, oh hey, I know him because I know his name. Like I know them personally on a personal level.
I just sent out a link to another person who chastised me when I did my 6-hour stream. They were like, "You didn't invite me on." I was like, "Dude, we just got off your stream." Which it'll be DA. If DA randomly shows up, it's because I sent him a link. But
so yeah, I think they're leaning heavily into that because it's bullshit. Like the cops enjoy the whole he gets justice, and that's what I mean. They don't definitely do a job for the money. I was making $30,000 a year doing that shit. You know, it's definitely for the money. It's
not for the money, and that's why a lot of shows like glorify the idea of doing like under the like how do you call it? You're taking stuff on the side, like you're getting money on the side type of deal, and they do that a lot. But with this, it's like they're openly showing their like Punisher tattoos, which I think is an open dig to the police. It's an open dig to that.
Well, I found funny that they showed the guy in the courtroom on his neck. I don't know any police department that allows neck tattoos, let alone NYPD.
Yeah, the neck tattoo is a little crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. Like, so even though I have like I got basically sleeves and I plan to fully deck them out or whatever, they're still to the point where it's like if I need to get a job at like, say if I want to go work at a bank, I can put on a long sleeve shirt and no one would ever know I have tattoos. All my tattoos would be coverable with the right size shirt or whatever, no problem. And I did that specifically for that. It's like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I almost want the hand tattoos because I mainly do construction. I'm like, I can get away with it, but I'm also at the same time, I'm like, I still grew up in an era where even when I got my first tattoo, when I got it, I was 15, and my grandma was like, "You're never gonna get a job." And then I got my first tattoo at 15, and then like 3 months later, I got a job at Popeyes, and I was like, I can clearly get a job. It's all good. Like,
because I got a lifetime supply of tattoos for $2,000.
Oh, that's what I got. 100%. That's what I said, and it's 100% true, man. This guy, so the guy, like he did my back tattoo. Obviously, I'm not going to show it on screen right here.
Why not?
But I'm not taking off my shirt.
I don't care.
This is not a body anybody wants to see on screen.
Mine either, but I'll show it anyway.
I think and the North wants to see
and might be down. Yeah. You want to rub out some knots in my spine? That'll be great. But
Darnell, did they nail the like police protocol like in the courtroom? Did they nail that kind of stuff? I don't know how many times you got called into court, but
well, I've never been to court for a murder. Well, a murder cop,
and I'm too hairy for that. Look at that. This it's like dude. This all the way down. Like it's
dig
bad.
That,
bro. This stream just got the PG-13.
Yeah.
Yep. I like to shoot for R, so or NC-17.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, I haven't been to court for a murder, even though one was a murder when I was.
Name is just thrown up in chat.
Shout out to Ams.
Hey, what up, Ams S? What's up, man? Or
girl, but yeah, like protocol, like go and sit in court.
Assuming it's a dude.
Yeah. It's, I mean, yeah. I do find it odd that Matt named a bunch of ones in positive light, and I'm shocked Disney allowed that. It was very shocking.
What I find it like kind of intriguing about not exactly intriguing, but interesting about the whole thing is the first like these first 3 episodes are still not as good as like the first episode of one of each of the Netflix series.
I would watch Jessica Jones over this show, and I hated Jessica Jones.
I didn't mind season 1. I didn't mind it. I didn't like it, but I didn't mind it.
Hey, what's going to get more views, Daredevil or Snow White on Thursday?
Daredevil. I think Daredevil.
Remember, it comes out on Thursday, bro.
Daredevil isn't getting shit for views. Apparently, it's lower than Acolyte and Agatha. And dude, and I mean, like Quentin's been around on DA's channel. I don't know if Darnell watches DA, but it's like
yeah.
Every now and then, yeah. But it's like we watched Agatha all along. We covered it week by week, and it was fucking god awful. I haven't watched it. Goddamn bad, man.
I refuse to even sail the high seas to watch it. I will not watch it.
No, I mean I don't blame you. The only reason I watch it is the only reason I watch Disney stuff, or that I can watch Disney stuff, is one of the people that I live with has it. And so it's just on the TV downstairs, and I'm just like, fuck it, let's go. And then when people want to talk about covering stuff, it's like I even covered the Spider-Man animation show with Hold My DualShock, and
I haven't watched that either.
It was terrible, but it was terrible until the end. The end was actually really good. Like the ending was actually really good. And the best way I could put it is like if you watch episode 1 and then you watch 9 and 10, you would get the whole story just fine, and you would actually be caught up, and you would get all the best parts of the show. You watch episode 1 and then 9 and 10, and you'd be like, actually, this is pretty good. Don't watch the in-between stuff at all. Don't do that, because then you'll, and you don't even need the context in between, because you can figure it out real goddamn quick.
Hey, please mute John Cookask. He said he loves Agatha. That's at least a 10-minute mute.
Where's John? John loves Agatha. Hey, John, you want to come on? I remember you were on last time, man. Hey, look. I'll throw this out there to the chat. Look, when I do live streams and whatnot, I have no problem inviting people from the chat. Don't get me wrong. If I ever get monetized, maybe that'll change. because it'll because then if you come on and you're just like spam the N-word or say the N-word a bunch, it's like, yes, you can get taken off. But there's few people in the chat or whatever who, if you're down to jump on and you want the link, if you can hit me up on X and or Discord, preferably X. X is a lot easier. Last time I was literally throwing the link out into the chat, and so
Darnell,
I can only have 4 people, so
drink Everclear if they join the stream.
Wait, what?
It's mandatory for people to join the stream to be drinking Everclear.
Oh God, I don't even want to think of that stuff. Everclear, Aftershock, and Hot Damn. Ugh.
No, oddly enough, like before I even, if I ever blow up or whatever, but before I blow up, I already have lore about my fucking goddamn channel now, because this random goddamn dude jumped on, because I was just like, hey, anyone want to jump on? And I spammed it in the chat. And like a dude jumped on, and he came on, and he was like sitting against a wall, and he was just like, hey man, anyone drink? And he was just like, he looked as drunk as I'm trying to pretend right now. He's like, hey man, anyone drink? And then he was like, bam, and he bust out like a bottle of Everclear right in front of his camera. And I'm like, so he has this whole setup going on, and he's just like, bam, Everclear. And we're like, Jesus Christ. And then he proceeds to just be ridiculous. Like, he has no idea what's going on. Like, he has no idea what the topics are. Like, what, like, at the time we were actually talking about stuff. It's not we're just sitting around bullshitting. Like, we're actually talking about something, and he just proceeds to be ridiculous. And so it was kind of funny. But hey, what's up, Tay? What's up?
And that dude, man, he wasn't even like searching Syphax through the YouTube. He was jumping.
No, he found it through StreamYard somehow. There's a way to like jump through StreamYard.
Oh,
he was like, oh, I just use like, and we all found out about that. I feel like everyone on that stream that night found out you could possibly do that, and I still don't know how he did it. But like, you can go into StreamYard and apparently like stream hop or whatever, and it was like, what is happening? And he was like, yeah, I just jumped on here randomly.
He's like, what's the name of your channel?
What?
What's the name of this? Like,
yeah,
what?
he was like, he didn't know. He was like, I can't find you. And I'm like, I don't want you to find me, man. Like, I don't need your sub, dude. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It was super very left field, where I was just like, what the fuck was that? And it's like, whew, man. So anyways, so Darnell, what are your overall thoughts about Daredevil so far?
I'm going to give it the rest of the season and hope that season 2, if it does come around, is going to fix.
I mean, it's already greenlit for season 2. It's already greenlit.
No, I know it is, but will it be made is another to be seen. Is to be seen, because you got Thunderbolts, which I think is going to do mid. Like, I think Fantastic Four, again, I have hope and I shouldn't. But after that, you got Ironheart and all the other crap coming out. I think
as much as a lot of us want Disney to kind of crumble and burn, they got too much money to burn. Like that, they just do. It's a sad reality of it all. It's like they're losing out on the stuff that they're doing, but they don't seem to care. They don't care at all. They'll care eventually. It's just going to take a few years. When you got hundreds of billions, yes.
I have a theory on this, and everyone I've told this to has told me I'm crazy, and there's no way this is a real thing. I have this feeling that instead of just letting the IPs die, which will take a long time,
see you later,
letting the memories die, they're trying to kill the IPs and kill the nostalgia and memory in our minds. So that way, because I do think they have new ideas. I'm not saying they're good, and they know they're not good ideas. And the only way to get them out is to kill the IPs that we all love now.
I'm curious once you said that. So you say you think they have new ideas. What are their new ideas?
I don't know. I'm just saying I think they have them, and they know those ideas are not good.
Everyone has a new idea. Shit, I have an idea for like I feel a new concept that would be great in like the comic book industry and or book industry, but
yeah.
I haven't, like, we have a little bit written down or whatever, but it's like,
well, no, everyone says how like, oh, they're only rehashing old stuff or bringing old stuff because they have no new ideas. I think they do, but I do think, because look, with as many failures as they've put out and continue to put out, how in the fuck are they thinking this is a good idea to continue making shit that they know people are not going to watch?
Well,
the only reason I can think of is because they want to kill these things. They want to destroy. Because look, Star Wars, I don't even like watching the original trilogy anymore. Because I know where it fucking goes after that, and that's why I mean I think they're trying to kill it in our memories and our nostalgia, so they can like hurry up and bring the new stuff out and be like, oh, look how good this is doing, because it has nothing to compete against.
That's true.
That's what I think. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but that's just what I think.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. It's like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure plenty of people in the industry have ideas. They probably all just get shut down because they're like, hey, let's just be honest. Like, the easiest way to throw an idea out there is like, hey, let's grab one of the books that we literally have all of the rights to. And
well, also, I was doing a stream with a guy on the Pop Culture Beatdown, and he used to work in Hollywood Marvel. And he said that would be like every day, like dozens and dozens of pitches come in, and they're all just like stacked in boxes. And like they don't throw them, so they hang on to them and all they gotta do is change it up enough to where they can't be sued, and they got a new idea, you know.
Okay, so
and doesn't
for a heads
and
up to the chat and whatever, I'm gonna post the link to the stream. I can only have 4 people on, so even though I'm gonna throw the link on here, I can only have 4 people on, and this one is for Ann.
you could just
So
send it to her on Twitter if she has it.
Yeah, and if you have Twitter, that'd be easier. But I'm also willing to just post it in the chat because we only have 11 people on here, and I can only have 4 people. I can just only add you onto it. I can have a bunch of people in the background. I guess you could listen to us in the background if you wanted to. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever. But if you have X, tell me that you have X. Add me on X at Gallows the Media. You add me on there, and then I can send you that. If you do not have that, I will send it. I'll do it here. I'll do it here. It's all good. Hey, shit. Even if Rafa Balde, if you want to jump on, you can, but you're going to be sitting in the background until somebody else jumps out.
Cyphex.
Yeah.
Nerdrotic and Chris Gore have seen all the Daredevil season, and both of them say that it's gonna wind up being a good series or a good season.
Well, they said it'll be decent, and then it'll like come back around. Like the character, like the character development that you want becomes what you were expecting, but the way that they're talking about it makes it feel like it's just going to come back to what we already knew about them, which I'm not excited for. It's like, hey, your character's back. It just took you freaking 9 episodes to get there. So, okay. All right. We have Ann We the North and our Canadian friend here. Let's go ahead and add her to the panel. Let's go. What's up, Ann? How you doing?
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good afternoon.
Oh, hey, y'all.
I know. I'm working on my American accent. How am I doing?
No. I'm in Louisiana, and y'all is a very important part of our
She's country north.
Okay.
I'm in Toronto. That's the furthest from the country. Let me tell you.
You're on the side closer to Nova Scotia, where my people are from.
I'm from the East Coast, where your people are from. But I mean, they call Toronto the East Coast, but it's really central Canada. But I have a lot of Nova Scotia people, and but I moved to Toronto about 10 years ago. But I'm from the East, like East Coast.
My Monday night show I do with a guy from Toronto. Third Railify.
Really?
You're Italian on that. You're like, I do a show over here like this.
I have Italian in my blood too. French Italian.
Nice. Oh, that's all. So where in Nova Scotia are your people from?
Oh no, this is like hundreds of years ago. Like they were kicked out of France, kicked out of Nova Scotia, and settled in Louisiana.
Oh, are they Acadian?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're French. So are you French?
Chill out, dude.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I am married. I am married. I am not trying.
Well, no. I'm not hitting on you. I was just surprised that there was somebody French.
The chat saying I'm trying to take you for Quentin.
Okay. So sorry, chat. I don't see you because I'm on my phone and I'm focusing on this right now. But I love you all. But it's just no. It was just so how often is French being spoken in Louisiana? Is it super French?
It's actually dying out.
Isn't it more Creole?
Cajun. It's Cajun French. Cajun, it's dying out. It's dying out. About 100 years ago, grandparents and parents were like making their kids speak English to fit in because they weren't fitting in.
Right.
And it's been dying out. And they used to teach it in schools.
Yeah.
There's a couple people who are trying to bring it back to the schools where it's like you can take Cajun French specifically.
Oh, I hear your accent now. I hear you.
Yeah.
One of my favorite jokes about Louisiana is that the Tom Segura one where he's like,
I love that joke.
There's the whole area in Louisiana. We just need to actually border that up.
So I messaged him on Facebook after that blew up. People were like attacking him. I said, bro, look, dude, I'm from that area. You want to wall off? Fucking
you're
hilarious.
completely
It's
right.
awesome. He was like, yeah, man. He said, yeah, man, thank you. I'm glad to see some people don't hate me down there.
No. I heard that I was reading an article not long ago. I heard that they were getting teachers from France to teach French there to keep it alive.
Yeah, I was working in schools for about 10 years, up to about 5 years ago, and that's exactly right. Every French teacher now is from France in my school district.
Really? Oh, wow, that's so interesting. Yeah, see, I teach English as a second language, and my students in France. And so that's interesting. See, we're all around the world, but we're all one.
Yep.
And Lifex worked at Popeye, so that means I'm the only one here not French.
I did too. That was my first job.
Oh, really?
Second, yeah. Well, I used to work offshore for my grandparents.
I've had my fair share of Cajun, and it wasn't just Popeyes, but.
So does that mean that you guys can all fry your own chicken?
Oh, hell yeah. I can fry a damn
To be
good
fair,
chicken.
though, the further from Louisiana you get with Popeyes, the worse it gets. So
So what's so special about Southern fried chicken that makes it different?
it's seasoning.
It's the swamp
Or
water.
can you not tell me the secret? Because I'm
No,
Canadian.
really, it's just a seasoning. It's
It's
just a
the
seasoning.
swamp water mixed with gator shit. Like it's all good.
Do y'all eat gator? Do you eat
Of
gator?
course. Yeah, we have an alligator festival every year.
Oh yeah, they eat gator out there. That's
I love that.
The alligator festival. It's like you can get all kinds
Oh,
of.
I ate
alligator goods
iguana
and
down in
foods.
Honduras. Like shit.
Iguana? What does iguana taste like?
Chicken.
It tastes like very, very yeah. It's like the worst.
Everyone always says that. What does that taste like? Chicken.
Man,
I ask
it's
people,
like-
like, what does gator taste like? Chicken.
It's like the worst part of chicken. Like
Yeah.
it's like because you only
Like
get
gamey?
like a nibble of it. Well, the
There's
problem
not
is
much meat.
like there's no meat on it, so it's like you.
Is it
almost
all like a muscle? Is it because they're not fat?
I mean, I got gaps in my teeth, whatever, so I can bite into it, and then I can also clean my teeth out with it. So
Yeah.
with the bone that comes off of it. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
just on me. But
I've had iguana in Cuba. Yeah, they're not really good.
no, it's not.
Hey, Cyphex, tell her about your crickets, bro.
You eat crickets? Oh no,
I ate
Bill Gates got to you, didn't he? He got to you. Now you're eating the bugs.
Yeah. That was in Mexico, and they sold it as a chaser. Like
Was it in a liquor bottle?
it was on a tequila tour. So
Oh,
so
okay, that
tequila
makes
tour,
sense.
And at the end, they bring me like a platter, and it has like limes and all that stuff. It has all the typical tequila chasers with it.
So like
And
the
then-
worms, the
No. The it's like salt and limes and whatever.
the
Something-
salt lime shot.
So yeah, but they hand you a platter, but one of the things ended up being like crickets. They were like fried crickets, and they're salted or whatever. And I was like, I had no idea. I was like, I've never seen that before, and I thought it was a joke, like maybe something they did to tourists. Obviously I'm a tourist there, and I was just like, what the fuck is
Oh
that?
yeah, watch out.
And it was
Eating
like,
AIDS cricket.
oh man. So
Wakes up the next morning, handcuffed to something, they took all of his money.
Kidneys.
Yeah, your kidneys, whatever.
So he goes to do that. He goes to he presents it to me, and I was like, I'll do it if you do it. And he was like, okay. And he just took a shot, ate the cricket right in front of me, and I was like, fuck it, no, I got to do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna get one upped by a random Hispanic dude I'm paying to be here. I'm like,
How big of a cricket is it? Like an inch,
I mean,
3 inches, 5? They can get big.
That's kind of personal.
You're funny.
It's like 1 inch by men's standards, but 5 inches when it's in women. Like,
Okay. So it's like shrinkage.
It was very cold when they caught it.
It's cold. It's so cold.
There was some shrinkflation by American standards for sure. But
That's funny.
what it ended up tasting like was like if you ever eaten like sunflower seeds,
Yeah.
but you don't crack the seed out of it, you just eat them fully.
Oh, okay. So a bit sour, gritty.
it's just like a lot of chewing and whatever, but it's just like it's salty and crunchy, and you're just like, okay, that's all it takes. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of like playing baseball when I was 11 or something. You know, that's all that was.
We just lost all our viewers.
Did you really?
We went from 11 to 10. Are you?
Oh God, I'm sorry, viewers.
We lost all of one viewer.
Oh,
Dude, that's
sorry,
11.
viewers. I'm trying to be entertaining over you. I don't know.
Hey,
I mean, I'm not a really like.
I got 3 people on here that are actually on the stream, possibly also tuned in. That's great. But even if I get 1 viewer, I'm actually surprised because my channel is very small. It's very whatever. I know I'm on bigger channels and I talk whatever on those channels. I love being on there as well. But if I even get 1 person that's on my shit, because the first time I like even Darnell was saying and whatever, we've all done that first stream where nobody is there and you're just like, let's bring up a topic, and also you're literally talking into the void.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You just hope somebody shows up for a minute.
right.
So if I get 1 person, great. Shit, I got 3 people on stream right now. That's great. But I mean, even when I'm on somebody's stream, I pull up their stream on YouTube and that puts on another viewer. So for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's also watch hours, but at the same time, I also love talking to everybody. I just want to talk to people.
So how does watch hours work? So does I guess so does that mean that it pushes your channel more if there's more people watching it, or?
I mean, more people watching it, more likes, more like even if you if you comment on videos and you hit the like button and all that stuff, like say like right now since we're live, if more people liked this stream, it'll push the stream out a little bit more, and then obviously people share it and then people click on it. And then
it also helps for monetization if you want to to where you can earn money on people can send you money and stuff. You need a certain amount of watch hours. I think it's 5,000 or 10,000 watch hours.
It's 4,000 watch hours and
500 subscribers.
500 subscribers.
Yeah. So like if there's 10 people watching and they watch for an hour, that's 10 watch hours.
So
and then you can start making money. Am I right?
I'm only at 144 subscribers. So literally what the funny part about that is like I like even when I make videos, I can use copyrighted shit and just spam that shit and it doesn't do anything to my channel because they won't bother striking me, because you can get copyright, you can get hit by copyright, but there's a difference in copyright and copyright strikes. Like when you get stricken, it's like, oh,
like that's the big thing, right? Like that'll get your channel taken off, right?
So I have a bunch of copyright shit on my channel, but it's like,
so if you go and then you make it to whatever 10,000, whatever, can they go back to your old videos and then give you a strike?
Yeah.
So you have to go and remove all that?
Yeah, that's why I try to be pretty minimal with it. It's like, because say you're using a copyrighted thing, you can do it for about less than 10 seconds, give or take. It's about like 10 seconds before like the AI bot just like axes your shit, and it's just like, or they flag you for it. But I don't know how it works once you're monetized. Like I don't know if they fully go back. Like if I get monetized, if I get stricken for my shit, like because some of my stuff's only like 11 seconds or 12 seconds, just because I wanted that extra little like drum hit on a song that I fucking like or something. That's it. But I mean, obviously I can just delete that video, but whatever. It might take away my watch hours. That will also possibly get me demonetized. So
hey, Darnell, before you go, could you tell us about how you feel about Lord of the Rings?
So I'm gonna go. It was nice being here.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
You talking about Rings of Power or Lord of the Rings?
Jesus, thanks for leaving us.
Would you get specific
trilogy, bro?
The trilogy? Oh, I watched the 4-hour cuts.
We don't
of
talk
all three
about
movies.
Rings of Power, dog.
Fair enough. I watch the 4-hour cuts. I have all 3 4-hour cuts, and I watch them back to back to back.
Wow, that's commitment.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
I'm also
I do
OCD
that.
as shit. So when I start something, I have to finish it.
I do that minimum once a year, where I'll do
Same.
all the extended editions, and it'll be like when I realize I have like a 3-day weekend, I'm like, well, this Saturday I'm watching fucking Lord of the Rings extended edition all day,
Yep.
and I've done it like once a year since they came out. Basically,
I'll
So
do it like
those movies.
I'm
Did
sorry.
all you guys read all the books, or do
I
you
read
just
them-
watch the
I read
movies?
them in like sixth grade.
Long, like 30, 40,
Wow.
30 some years ago, I read them. 30,
Yeah.
36 years ago.
The
Yeah,
best
weren't
part
they
about
written in
the movie-
like 1950s?
No, they were. It's
Earlier.
it's the
60s?
second. It was like
20s.
it might have been 1940, like late 1940s,
Yeah.
and then or early 1950s. But it's the second highest selling book next to the Bible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
how
extremely
big it is.
popular.
It's insane how big it is. That's why whenever we bring it up to T, and he was just like, "I don't want to mess with that," and then in the background, the motherfucker draws like a Mr. T looking fucking elf, and I'm like, you don't mess with fucking mystical
High
random
fantasy.
bullshit, but you draw this shit. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, I think he's actually just screwing with you guys.
Do you know why he
You
created
know
Lord
what?
of the Rings?
I thought that. when I
No.
first heard it, and
It's his
now
World
that I've
War
known
One
him,
stuff.
Yeah, well,
I-
he created the whole thing because he wanted to tell his kids bedtime stories
Really?
that were not I want to say offensive, but he wanted to tell them his own stuff. So he created the entire thing, all the languages, everything, just to tell his kids good night stories.
Isn't that amazing? Like all those, like, like how they're ruining Disney and
which will also
all
bring
those
back-
stories. Like they're all like old, like fairy tales and stuff.
They're
Well,
just
he
reimagining
also-
them.
he-
They're not
He
destroying
also
them.
wanted to bring back like the English like old lore or whatever. Like he wanted to bring all that back because a lot of that got burned in some of the wars and whatever. Like a lot of their history got lost, and he wanted to be like, well, let's do a reimagining of it, but at the same time, it's a way to tell the story of war while also relating to our history. Like so, there's a little bit of that in there. But
And
yeah,
Anne just said that's too much. She had to go.
no.
So you have just
See,
like
I
lost
need
something.
clips. You know what the problem is? Like when I get the free version of this shit, I don't have access to clips.
But
I think-
Cyphex,
I think I can add a couple.
whenever
Well, if you-
someone gets
having a
kicked
fun
like
one.
that, you need to play the clip of Leonidas kicking that dude into the pit.
Hey, Cyfax, talk to Theo. He found some other another streaming site, which some of the Emerald and other people are going to start leaving StreamYard to go over to that. Talk to him about it. It's supposedly a lot better, a lot cheaper.
Okay, I'm just doing the free version, and
Yeah.
this is for. It's super easy. It's quick. It's. I guess.
but just talk to Theo. He'll tell you. He can give you the details. It's supposedly a lot easier
like
to use.
down and dirty. Now just like quick and
Hey,
easy. Down and
Darnell,
dirty,
real
bam.
quick, make sure you check out DA's 64 tournament action hero.
It's a
He's going to
64
be
tournament?
having a voting tournament for
Oh,
action heroes. And Cyphex wouldn't help me out and say Achilles on the stream the other day.
I fucking said Achilles. I said it.
Let me down.
I'm gonna
bro.
check it out.
I 100% said it. You fucking liar.
I was spamming Achilles in the
Darnell,
chat.
you gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go get the kids fed before D&D.
All right. Oh, you guys are doing the
Yeah,
Curse of Strahd?
Curse of Strahd today at 6 in an
Shit,
hour.
I might have to end this just so I can go talk shit to people. But I'm gonna keep this going as
It'll
long
be a
as
few
people are
hours, so
watching.
you can come in late. It's fine.
Well, I mean, kick it as long as you want. But
No, I'm saying
I
you
will-
can come in late and check out the stream. We'll be a few hours.
dude, he
So-
needs to invite me out as like a guest character just to kill all of your characters. Like he just needs to do it. He just needs to accept the fact that I am the best protagonist. That
Did you
he
talk to him
didn't
about
expect.
season 2?
No, he doesn't talk to
Campaign
me.
2? Did you send him a message?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I want to be on your. I want to join the next one, and he didn't respond to me. But
don't take it personally. He does have a lot of shit going on with him. Like a
well,
lot
I
of
also
personal
have a
stuff,
feeling
so-
that I come off very terrible to all the people I talk.
No, actually, you don't. I'm actually campaigning for you, so I mean,
You're like, bring him on. Bring him on.
I
Like,
tell him about our conversation. Shit, yeah, I'm working,
what's
man.
funny is like I'm way nicer when I'm on stream than I am in chat. Like on chat, I am ruthless, but
dude,
you know.
we love your freaking comments. Like absolutely.
Yeah.
We love
I'm not
your
gonna lie.
comments.
There's been times where I've watched it and it's just like, oh man, nothing's going on, and I'll say something and just like the chat blows up and
Yeah.
so like that was just like LOL, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it's all.
Oh, Dr. John Budd. So I worked in a jail for our parish or county, and so they're not allowed the stuff to play like the D&D, like dice and everything. The dude using cardboard from like their commissary, he made maps, spinners instead of dice. He made everything. It was running a D&D game for like 15 prisoners. It was fucking awesome, dude. I used to go sit at a table and watch, and I played a couple times with him. It's freaking
He got
cool.
released and immediately murdered 15 people. No.
To go back, he did it to go back
to play DB.
Yeah, they weren't finished the campaign.
He's like, the only thing I'm good at is being a GM in prison.
Yes. So yeah, I got to get going. As well, I saw that. I want to comment.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming on. Go check out Darnell. I'm sorry I don't have your link at the moment.
I posted my X at and the AI music channel. I make AI music. I posted to that channel.
Darnell's great. He's hilarious. He normally does like trivia stuff, but he's also a person on a bunch of different streams with probably a bunch of streamers that you kind of know. If you haven't seen him, go check him out. He's hilarious. He's a good guy. Obviously, we've been talking a bunch, and we're good friends, man. He's a good people. Go check him out.
All right. Yeah. Oh, Anne says she's backstage. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy and hope to see y'all at Curse of Strahd, man. Later, Quentin. Hey, Quentin, I'm going to message you, bud, but you need to get an X, dude. It's easier to talk to you on X.
I might stream it through this if we're still going.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, man.
I'm going to keep this going.
Huh?
Have a good one, brother. I was like, I'm going to keep this going until people leave.
Fair enough. Peace out, fellas.
He's going to go feed his kids some churches.
And you're back. What's going on?
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
I thought I'm not technical. Sorry.
So I'm also going to throw this out to the rest of the chat. I have one more spot open. Like I can only have 4 people on at one time. If anybody else from the chat would like to come on and you're not going to just, I don't know, nuke my stream by saying some ridiculous shit, you are more than welcome to come on. I will give you the link. I'll literally just throw it in chat. We can just have some fun and just shoot the shit for a bit. I'm going to do this for, let's say, I would like to go 2 hours for the stream. So another 53 minutes, 52 minutes. Yeah, something like that. I mean, unless we just like super get bored and everyone's just done talking, then no. But if anybody else wants to come on, by all means, you're welcome to come on because I don't know. I like talking to people. I like talking to the chat. I like talking to the people who support a lot of the people that watch us. I find it cool. I find it fun. So,
hey, speaking of supporting Cyphex, Anne, how did you find us?
Through DA Derek.
Yeah, well, how do you find DA's channel?
Well, yeah, how do you find DA? Yeah, like what do you normally watch? Yeah, what do you normally watch to get?
Because like I'm not like I guess I'm not like a geek guy. I'm just I
found DA.
I guess I like some of like the I watch Culture Casino.
There you go.
If you guys know him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it came up like if the algorithm pushed DA's channel, and I laughed because I thought it was like a legal channel, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool name."
Yeah.
And then he was I forget what he was talking about, but it was just really interesting because it's not like
off his house and he's like, yeah, by the way, Blade is a bitch, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Oh no, it was fabulous. I love it. It's because some of I don't know, some of the geeky culture channels. Like they don't touch on anything else. Like it's just, I gotta talk about this movie 24/7. And that's like, to me, that's just dull. You need to spice it up a little bit.
That's what I prefer to talk about as well.
I totally don't get me wrong. I totally understand. If you want to talk about Lord of the Rings for 15 hours, you go ahead. You do it. That's what you love. I understand. It's just not something I want to watch. So that's what I found when I started watching more of his stuff, and then your channel started getting pushed and stuff, and then he put me on chat. And here I am. So it was kind of that. So I kind of like to have a little bit of mixture of culture and like, you know, what's going on with movies and stuff.
It's like the pop culture zeitgeist of things. Like that's kind of what a lot of us all kind of relatively talk about. And also obviously movies and stuff. Like me, DA, and even T, like we all go to the movies relatively frequently. And we're all in California, and I think that also might kind of, I want to almost say is a selling point, because it's like, look, not everyone in California is a piece of shit.
Well, I don't believe that at all.
No. But there are some normal people out here. It's fine.
Yeah, but, there's an odd normal person in Canada too. We have them. I don't know where they all are, but apparently I think I'm one. Yeah, so it's just kind of interesting to like see, like, also like people from different countries, different takes on things. I find it interesting. Like I say, like the last movie I went to was Bohemian Rhapsody, and I sat like I remember going into, you know, they have like the poster outside of the door you go into before you go to the movie, and it had this big warning, and it was like nicotine use and swearing and drinking, like this big warning. And I thought it was a joke. I burst out laughing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. And the person I was with was like, no, that's the way they are now. And I was like, oh my God. Like, that's just, I mean, first of all, it's in the 70s, you know, so if a cigarette in a movie triggers you that bad, get over it, man. Like, they are making, like, it's like,
if I watch an older movie or whatever and I see a cigarette in a movie, I'm like, this is probably actually going to be a good movie. Like,
right? Yeah, like I just like
it's not that they don't give a shit. It's like they didn't give a shit for the time, and also
but that was the culture at the time.
No, like I smoked cigarettes for about like 15 years, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm on vapes now, but I'm trying to kick these dumb fucking things.
Can I give you a secret, because I quit that way? So do you have nicotine in your vape?
Is it cocaine? Is that the secret?
Well, it'll make you smoke faster.
I'm not going to reveal under my keyboard, but yes.
Don't worry, I'm not a narc. So what I did was I went to vaping, but I did it without the nicotine in it. So for me, it was good to keep the, you know, like the hand busy,
it's the
right?
Habit. Yeah.
Right.
Habit. Yeah.
But then like after, like technically
chewing gum and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like the thing is, here's the trick is like the nicotine replacement. You know who makes that? The cigarette companies. So they want to keep you addicted.
You know what actually has a decent amount of nicotine in it that people aren't aware of is tomatoes. Tomatoes actually have nicotine in them.
I think I heard that somewhere. Like they make the seeds. They use the seeds for something.
And I was huge against tomatoes for a while, like on my burger. Like I was very picky eater growing
anti-tomatoite.
No. I was. Now I'm all about it. It's all good. It's fine. But it makes sense. It's like, oh wow, I'm actually satisfied like all around when I eat a burger when I have tomatoes on it now.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah. So with the thing, like nicotine only stays into your system for 24 hours. That's why you want a cigarette about every, hour, right? You want it constantly because it's leaving your system so quickly. As long as you can get through the 24 hours and you can do the Alan Carr wrote a really great book. I would highly recommend it. And you can smoke through the whole book. And I'll tell you, by the end of the book, you don't want a cigarette. It's amazing. And he shows like all the tricks and all the stuff that the tobacco company uses.
Like watching the movie, like Thank You for Smoking, like that.
That was a great movie.
It's a great movie, and by the end of it, you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't smoke. And I remember immediately lighting up a cigarette after watching that movie. I was like, oh, like I don't give a shit. Like none of that had anything. Like even if I were to read a book, it's like, oh, this is all terrible for you. I'm like, I don't care. Like when you're deep into whatever the hell you're into, it doesn't really matter. Like you just kind of don't care.
Yeah. But it's really just getting it out of your system for 24 hours. Like I say, I use the vapes with no nicotine. It was just the flavor stuff. And I used that for like a few months and I haven't had a cigarette since. And that was like, I don't know, like 7-8 years ago. I'm just telling you, that's what happened for me, but you do you. But I mean, it's just part of the culture for us. Like
smoking for like 2 or 3 years, and then I don't know, I just randomly picked it back up. But hold on, I'm gonna address the chat here. Well, actually, Quentin addressed.
Hi, Quentin. Do you smoke, Quentin?
Quentin's on here, but he was like, "Hey, what's good, chat? Any topics y'all wanted to talk about?" Yes, I will open this up to the chat. Is there anything that you guys want us to discuss? Is there anything that was prevalent this week? Do you want to talk about the Anthony Mackie bullshit? Do you want to talk about, I don't know, some of the Snow White stuff?
Is it movie doing good or bad? Or I heard they're fudging the numbers. Is that correct?
The Mackie movie?
Yeah.
No, so Brave New World? No, it's not doing well.
That's the Captain America guy, right?
Variety and the shill media just announced that it was a flop.
It's really a massive. Yeah. Even when the shill media actually acknowledges a flop, it, for one, that's surprising as hell, but also it like, oh my, it confirms everyone's not just theories and whatever, but they also they sell it as not as bad as it really is. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, this costs $180 million. It's like, no, it costs like somewhere around 300. It didn't even make 400. And then on top of your marketing and all that shit, it's like this thing is probably like a 450 movie, and you.
Shout out to Jeff A. in the
50% of it goes to the fucking theaters. So it's like you guys lost out on like $200 million. The best way I've been able to put this to people, and I've been trying to tell people this for like as long as I've been on streams and whatever, is look, it's like if I went up to you and I was like, hey man, give me $400 and in 3 years I'm going to give you $403. And you'd be like, that's a terrible investment. And I'll be like, you're correct. That's a fucking terrible investment. And I'll be like, but look, you came up $3. It only took me 4 years or 3 years to get there. Like, that's a terrible fucking investment. That's essentially what these are doing, just in billions of dollars. And sure, like maybe 3 extra million sounds good, but that's the catering budget of your goddamn fucking movie. You know, like these. It doesn't work like that. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so can you two experts break it down for me, the budget? So, because like to me, it's astronomical numbers, right? So if they say they made $300 million, like to me, that sounds like a hit. But like, do they put in like, are they?
So let's say like the movie itself. Look, like the low number is that they're saying it's 180. Which that's actually not the case. It's actually closer to like 350.
So they totally fake all these numbers.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. They do that for tax purposes and also to get their investors to not bounce out, like they don't want all these people to just like, just bow out and they're like, let's sell our stock or whatever. They don't want that. So they're like, no, we're doing fine, we swear. So they fudge the numbers.
Does that include marketing? Like, is all that included in the number?
That's the thing. That doesn't even include marketing. So even if the number that they wanted to promote was 180, right? So 180, the typical thing is like what you do is you cut the budget in half for marketing. So 180 plus, let's say 90 would be 270, right? So that now the movie is at 270. Now, so 270, if you thought the movie made 300, that would be fine, right? In theory, if all that you heard. The problem is movie theaters, the first week with Disney, they take about a 70, or like Disney actually gets 70% for like the first week, and then it goes lower and lower. But most movies in general get about 50%.
So the theaters take 50% of the profit. Am I right?
That's the
where you're at.
Easy, yeah, and depending on the market that you're in, but that's the easiest way to put it, and that's the easiest way to take it overall. So say you had a movie that cost $100 million and it only made $200 million, you'd be like, wow, that was great. We made $100 million. No, you didn't, because 50% of that goes back to the theaters. You guys actually broke even. You didn't even make $1. You know what I mean?
See, that's why I need you guys to explain it to me, because I don't like there's a lot of
that's kind of the easy, that's like the layman's, like that's the easiest way. There's, I'm sure there's some behind the scenes bullshit where they can fudge some bullshit or whatever. But overall, that's the easiest way to put it, to where, hey, it cost us 100, that made 200, but the movies take 50%. Now we broke even.
So, and
that's the easiest way to do it.
I'll say a couple things. Like Ryan Kendall is what I think the best at breaking down budgets and that kind of stuff.
I try to emulate.
Is he the YouTube guy with the RK, and he goes?
Yeah, RK Outpost. Look, that's
I watched him before too.
Emulated my little intro because of that. Because I was like, dude, he gets his intro out in like less than like 5 to 10 seconds. I even counted, and so I made an intro that was about 10 seconds long, and I was like, okay, bam, and then let me get my. But I do movie reviews. I don't talk about the news. But
so if you take a movie, and so for example, Captain America. The budget was probably originally 150, 200 million, but then they did all these reshoots, which exploded the budget to about 360. So then you add $100 million for marketing.
On marketing, yeah.
So now you're at 460. And knowing that the theater is going to take 50% of that. So in order for you guys to break even, you got to double that number. So if you're at 460, that means 920 is
you're looking at 940 actually. Yeah.
So how much does it have to make to be considered a hit? I guess is
so it's two different things. So sometimes people will go, oh, it's $1 billion, it's a hit, or oh, it's 600 million, it's a hit. But really, what you're looking for is something that not only broke even, but then got at least $100 million in the plus.
Okay, so can you guys give me an example of what you would consider something recent that was a hit? That it was
Spider-Man No Way Home was a hit.
Yeah.
What year was that?
2021. Yeah, it's 21. I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Who was the Spider-Man in that one?
Or Avatar. Well, I mean, Avatar though is like.
Oh, Avatar was that's the ones with the blue alien guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Everybody freaked out over that one.
And then
it doesn't have that much marketing behind it, and it just like it sells on its name or whatever. And like Spider-Man can relatively sell on its name. It doesn't. If you think about it, when you think about it, it's like you didn't really see all that much marketing for certain films, and the certain films that like really blew up. Like actually a good example would be like Oppenheimer, right? Oppenheimer like people know about that based off of history, right? So it's like the whatever, and it's like a 3-hour movie, which has no reason. Like it's a long ass fucking movie. It's a good movie. It's a
What
good
was
movie.
that budget, Oppenheimer?
It was like 200 probably.
And what
It
did
was
that
like
make?
Over $1 billion.
almost it was like over just close. I think it was just under $1 billion because it happened to do with the they called it the Barbenheimer because of the Barbie movie.
Yeah, the
because
Barbie, and people were going to Barbie and then Oppenheimer afterwards.
And Syphex, one of the movies that made it basically just off of word of mouth and no marketing was Sound of Freedom. And then
Yes.
Jeff brought up Godzilla -1.
Oh, Sound of Freedom actually ended up killing it. Like
Yeah, and their
because-
budget, like they what was it, 5 million? It wasn't very much, was it? Sound of Freedom?
no, it was a very cheap movie, but the message was very strong.
No, but like for I guess
that's
what I mean, like profit wise,
itself
like they
on,
didn't
like-
spend a lot of money making it,
It
right?
had a message in it, like it was
Yeah.
an impressive message that was
Yeah.
like holy shit.
And it
then
was
once people
Jim
saw- once
Caviezel,
people
and
saw
he's
the
awesome.
Fucking statistics behind it, people were like, "What the hell?" Like it blew people away. Like it was,
Yeah.
like
They really tried to
itself
smash
is
that
not
movie
like
though,
the
really
greatest
bad.
movie.
Like they kept on slamming it in
Oh,
the
because
press,
it's literally calling out the people who are doing this stuff.
Well,
like Biden.
Originally, that
Yeah,
movie would belong to Disney, and Disney tried to shelve it. And
Oh,
so
that's
finally,
right.
Angel
I
Studios.
remember
yeah,
that
no,
now.
they had it on shelf for like 5 years or some shit. Yeah,
And
it was
then
crazy.
who bought it?
Angel Studios,
Angel
One
Studios
second.
bought it, right?
company.
Mars Monkey Max just showed up. He said, "Hey,
But
what's up,
Syphex, Jeff brought up Godzilla -1 with a $15 million budget, and it killed.
It wasn't even 15 million.
Really?
It wasn't even 15 million. So like even when the director was asked, it was they were like, "How did you do this for 15 million?" And he flabbergasted. He was like, "What?" He's like, "I wish I had $15 million." He did it for like 11 to 12. Like he
Was that
wanted
Japanese?
He's a Japanese creator, and
Yeah.
like there's behind the scenes footage of him in like a rolling chair where he's like sliding around like a fucking
That's genius.
I'm on carpet right here, so I can't do it. But it's like he's just like he's just going back and forth,
Yeah.
just like going to each person's screen, like do that here, do, and he did it with like 20 people. And and think about that now. Like when you see a typical movie nowadays, you see at the end of it, and like I have a couple friends that I go with, and one of my friends, his dad will sometimes come with us, and him and his dad kind of work for Paramount or whatever. And at the end of it, they'll sit there and they watch the credits. Like they'll be like, bam, and it'll be like 5 to 10 minutes for them to run through the credits. You go to like Godzilla -1, it's like the credits aren't even that long because there's only like 35 people working on the damn thing. You know, like,
Was that all done in black and white? Was that black and white?
No, they did they did Godzilla -1 black. They did do a version of it, and so but the best way I can put it, and I've been saying this for a minute on streams and whatever, is when I go to a movie, like there's very few times where I'm done with a movie where I'm like, I need to come back and see this again. The last time before Godzilla -1 was like Endgame and then Infinity War for Marvels. You know, I was like, I want to see these epic moments with different crowds more times, blah, 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 whatever. The next time that ever happened was Godzilla -1. And I went and saw that 4 goddamn times in theater.
Yo, Ripley's in the house.
I saw it a 5th time. Wait, who?
Ripa.
Dude, Ripa?
Hi, Ripa.
What
Hey,
do we do to earn Eric July?
Hold on. Why is Eric July in here? Hold on. Look, I met Eric down in San Diego Comic Con about I think it was about 2 years ago. I was a special guest with Chris Gore. If Rip is actually paying attention, check it out. Hold on, let me find my shirt.
I met Ripa in San Antonio, man. He's legit.
Oh, he famous?
I got
no.
that
He's
ice
blown
on.
up as a comic creator. Like not only just a comic creator, he's a good dude overall, and then he also produces fucking great comic books with a bunch of dope people, and his success is fucking unparalleled. So I think that's
the dude grew his channel for 16 years, made himself a comic book company, made himself a millionaire, and he's making some of the best non-woke comic out there.
So I'm not gonna throw this shirt on, but man, check it out, man. There you go. There's your ISM shirt. Smash the ground.
Wow.
I'm a fan. I'm a supporter. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's get all
Show the
up in
shirt. There you
Bam.
go. Shout out to Ripper.
Catch Street, brother. Catch Street. Let's do it. Wait.
There we go. Oh wow, that's pretty. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
No,
That's not very masculine.
But I literally have a couple other shirts, but they're all.
Oh
in
yeah,
my
that's
fucking
really.
laundry,
So that's
right?
his drawing.
Because
Yeah.
I wear
Sure.
them so much. No. Well, he doesn't. He's not. He's the writer of a lot of this stuff. Like he
So he's
writes
the writer, and then someone else does the graphics.
writer, creator, and then he's employed a bunch of awesome like writers and creators that are like, what's the best way to say it? Like people who were in the industry that got ostracized because of possibly some of their politics, you know.
That's a
And-
shame.
And no, it really is because they write good stuff. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't care if you don't have the right. If you don't believe the right things, then they'll cancel you.
Cyphex, you better throw this into his face, bro.
check
Eric
this
July.
shit out, man. Look, ISIM #1 right there. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Hey, Ripa, if you're checking it out, dude. Eric, I
There
met
you
you
go.
down and
Oh wow, that's cool looking.
hold on. Let me see if I can
Never
get it
joined
without the
T's friend.
glare.
Shout out.
Great book, brother. Hey, thanks for even joining for like dude, I got 14 people watching. Why are you on?
Woohoo! Shout out to the 14.
So,
Hi, Jeff
No,
A.
that's
I've seen Jeff A
That's
before. And the Kuzak guy, I seen him this morning in Casino, in Culture Casino. I seen him.
he was on our stream last week.
He gets around. That's what I heard.
Hey, yo.
Eric was
I'm
cool, that
teasing.
guy. Like I said, I met him down in San Diego. Like I got free passes through Chris Gore. I'm like, I'm friends with Chris Gore,
Humble
guys. Oh
brag.
my guys, do you know? Yeah, humble brag. Yeah, just because I go to like a movie meetup with some pretty cool people, by the way.
That's so cool.
Cyphex
No,
said he's kind of a
it's
big
so
deal.
it's so awesome. It's so awesome. No, but
That's great.
But,
Hi, Andrew.
on-
Hi,
on-
Jeff. I
other
don't want to
than-
make it sound like I'm not saying hi to people. Hi,
oddly
guys.
enough, it ended up being kind of cool because like I get invited to some of this kind of cool stuff, and I got to meet Eric down there in San Diego. He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Hey, Cyphex, when you go to those events, do you make sure to put on your Sex Panther cologne?
Yeah, it just only works 60% of the time, 100% of the time though.
Yeah,
That's the
it
problem.
works. Yeah, it does. It burns your skin too. I love a man that wears that. Burns my nostrils.
Hey Tay, you want to join? I saw somebody in the chat. Tay, you want to join?
Another
I'll
one
fill-
of T's fans. Jeez.
Tay might be a T fan, but also I think she might be a me fan.
Uh,
and I'm all down for the me fans. I'm all good.
Yeah.
Either way. it
Yeah,
doesn't
John
matter.
Kuzak, I did see you this morning. In case you're at, yeah, there was like 200 or
Okay.
300 people in the
Yeah.
chat. So yeah, I did see you. I see you.
Check it out. I threw the link into the chat. If you want to join,
It did escalate quickly.
I can only join 4 people anyways. If somebody else wants to click on it, go for it. You're just going to be sitting in the fucking background. So
Shout out to
Tay, you
Calypso.
want to join? Go ahead and go join. And then Calypso is also chasing dragons in the background. Calypso's awesome. It's the best cat, my favorite cat, and my only cat. Like,
Shout out to the cat.
Hey,
dude, she's not.
Cyphex, do
Yo,
they got
yo,
any S marks over there in California?
What do you mean by that?
Because you got to shop S Mart.
Oh, S-Mart? No. Or you mean like
Is that your cat on your TV?
that's my cat, yeah.
Cyphex,
She
they got,
And he's
chases
just-
the dragons. She chases the dragons.
they got a
Oh
good
my
deal
god!
on,
Really?
She's a heroin addict. Look at her.
They got some good deals on.
Check it out. Like I'm moving the little circle. Look. She chases it. Watch it.
And it doesn't ruin your screen?
Nah, there's a little pole behind it, so it stops her from pushing it too far back.
That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, people like Calypso. She's great. And my cat's name is Calypso, by the way.
Hi, Calypso. Hanging out. That's so cute.
Come here, baby.
Oh, that's funny.
Cyphex,
That's
speaking of Calypso, you see the picture of the production from Odyssey with John Bernthal and
Oh yeah. I'm just curious who's playing what, because
just know Matt Damon
they showed the casting, but they didn't show, or they didn't say who's playing who, and there could be a bunch of problems with that, kind of. But overall, they actually have a good. They have a stacked cast, and apparently it's Nolan, right?
yeah. So the only one that we
Nolan
know playing
kills it most of the time.
is Matt Damon's playing Odysseus. That's the only one we know.
That's kind of stupid. Yeah.
Of the people I saw, I probably would have gone with Downey Jr. over Matt Damon.
Maybe.
what story is that again? Is that a superhero?
That's the Odyssey.
It's the Odyssey steer. It's like
The poem
Odysseus.
by Homer.
I'm
The
sorry.
Iliad.
It's like when so Persephone gets thrown down to the underworld or whatever, and then Odysseus needs to go save her.
What?
That's kind of the.
Would there be
That
any
ain't the story.
main characters I would know that would
Sorry,
be in it?
Was I wrong with that? Is that
Yeah.
is that the right one?
No, so it takes place after the Helen of Troy issue. So
Oh,
Odysseus
okay.
makes the Trojan horse.
You know which one I'm talking about then, right? Where
Yeah.
Persephone. Okay, yeah. So it's a different one. My bad.
So this is him trying to find his way home from Troy because he leaves his home of Ithaca, and then he spends, I think, 7 years fighting Troy, and then he takes another 11 years to get home.
Wow,
So that's the
quite a
event.
journey.
Yeah, there's all kinds
Oh.
of stuff that gets messed up. I mean, having to go to the underworld, pissing off Poseidon, so Poseidon messes up the sea, so he can't sail home, and all that.
Oh,
And
like these are
Calypso-
like Greek characters, like Greek
Yeah,
mythology.
yeah, it's a poem by Homer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's-
okay. You
Greek
gotta
mythology,
talk.
but
You
at
gotta
the same
talk
time-
like normal talk to me. You got you gotta dumb it down. You gotta dumb it down.
mythology, but at the same time, like there was a book series, I want to say, that was based off of that, right?
Oh, okay.
That was
That
He-
John Cusack says Pedro Pascal's going to be in it. They put him in everything, don't they? He ruins everything. He ruined the Mandalorian. I'm so mad at him.
yeah, The Mandalorian wasn't great. It's one of those things where you look back on it and you realize, like, when you watched it at first, it was like, oh shit, we're getting Star Wars version of Firefly, and then it immediately faltered. Like it was, oh my god.
Okay, can anyone explain to me in the Star Wars universe, people, because I know y'all are in here. So why did they not name Baby Yoda Grogu? Why?
Well,
We can't explain anything from Disney. Star Wars.
as far as you're talking to, like you're talking to the
Like, it didn't come from a book, am I right? It's not a
No,
book.
that was
not a
just
Star
a
Wars
John
fan.
Favreau thing. He liked the name, so
I'm
that's
the
what.
least Star Wars fan on that show. I have a whole rant about it, like to the point where even some of my friends were like, they heard me yelling, and they were like, "Oh shit!" To the point where they quoted me on it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I didn't realize I was that loud.
But at the same time, like, what was somebody really going to be happy with? I mean,
I would have been happy with Baby Yoda.
exactly. I like Baby Yoda. That's what I call him.
Wouldn't like you have a little child there in your photo, so I'm guessing it's your son.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, wouldn't they have loved Baby Yoda? Everyone called him Baby Yoda, and then all of a sudden his name's Grogu.
Everyone just assumed he was Baby Yoda for like about a year and a half, and then
I still call him Baby Yoda,
Well,
and I'm
the
not
only-
changing.
I mean, he is, but
the problem with that
Baby
is
could also be 50 years old.
nobody in
No
that
one's
universe.
no one looks great at 50. No one's perfect. He looked so cute though.
Nobody. In that
I just
universe
didn't
knew who
understand
Yoda
why they
was.
did that. Like, like that's the most ugliest name you could ever. Like, it's not even a cool name.
Once again,
Yeah,
that was just a John
Grogu's
Favreau
not a good
decision.
name.
And in the story, think about it. Yoda hasn't been seen since before Order 66. So all these people don't even know who Yoda is. So to call him Baby Yoda, they wouldn't know who Yoda is to call him Baby Yoda.
Could they call him Yoda Jr.?
They wouldn't know who Yoda is. That's what I'm saying. The only one that knows is Luke, because he was on Dagobah by himself.
Yeah.
So we're talking what? So Luke was at least 25 at the time of the Mandalorian show. So that's 25 years since anybody had ever even seen Yoda, and those people that did see him are probably dead back on Coruscant.
Yeah, but you don't think that they could have made that work somehow? Like, I think they could have made that work. Like, like he found them, right? So don't you think they could have?
You also got to add in the fact that Disney Star Wars is trying to get as far as they can away from the original Star Wars.
Are they doing that on purpose though? Like, is that on purpose?
Yes. It's Kathleen Kennedy's.
Damn her and her lesbian chickens.
She wants it to be her own. She wants to put her stamp on it. So if
she sure did.
So
yeah,
make her chicken it. Make her gay. Yeah,
blame gay.
Wow, really? That's so sad because he was such a great character.
I'm kind of on board with the whole idea of like she wants to go out on a high note. The problem is like everything that she's done is a low note. You know what I mean? It's like, so everything in Lucasfilm has been a disaster. Like nobody likes it. Nobody talks about it. Like, and anytime they do talk about it, it's in a negative light. And it's like, what the hell? So like,
so they own Lucasfilm, am I right? Like, yes. Disney bought all the Lucasfilm, right?
That is correct.
They own Lucasfilm, they own Fox, they own a bunch of this. That's why Hulu and Disney merged. And that's probably why, even so, that's probably why they're even getting some of the views that they're getting, is because they're just like, when you're scrolling through, like even Hulu, it's just like, oh, it shows Disney stuff, and it's like, hey, you want to check on this? And people are like, yeah, I guess I do, and then they'll just click on it.
That's what Iger does. Iger only knows how to buy other things, other IPs. He doesn't know how to create. And to the point at the Disney parks, the Imagineers, when they found out they're going to get to make
we got another guest joining us.
Okay.
We got Tay Wilkins.
So it's not Baby Yoda.
Tay, what's up? You're muted, by the way. So if you wanted to talk, you have to unmute yourself. And then you're
Hi, Tay.
welcome. What's up, Tay? Or Tasia? I know you wanted us to call you Tay, but I'm going to say your full name because it's presented here.
So
You also need to unmute yourself to talk. So
the Imagineers were ready to make it about like make a Coruscant, make a Tatooine, make a Hoth. They were like thinking of the old 80s, 70s
Yeah,
play
right?
sets. They were getting ready to make those, and then Bob Iger came over and said, "Hey, don't we have a sequel coming out? Make the
So who ruined it really? Like, was it Bob?
It was a call from Bob Iger to make it the Disney parks only the sequels.
Wow.
Well, that was stupid as hell. I mean, they literally learned that lesson by, for one, accepting what the hell he said, and then the next part about that was saying, or actually, building that dumbass. What was that ride called? The hotel. Yeah, that they shut down.
They built like a Star Wars hotel.
Yeah,
it cost
I
them
think
like
I seen that
it cost them like $600 million.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, no, and then it ended up like barely making like $100 million or some bullshit.
It was like
they shut it down
for a family of 4.
It was a joke. It's
for
a
thing
night?
Where you
see for 2 nights.
Shut the front door.
This is a time where I need the videos to pull this shit up. See, I need to be better at this.
I think they did a cruise too. Am I right? Like a Star Wars cruise?
No cruises, but it was the hotel.
So maybe I'm thinking the hotel.
Well, it was called the Galactic Star Cruiser. So
maybe that's why. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so the whole entire time you're there, you're supposed to be a Star Wars character, like your own Star Wars character. So there's all different things. They give you like a little like on your phone, there's different jobs that you can do, things like that. There's one thing where you can do lightsaber training, but I think you had to pay extra for that. And then they take you to the Disney World park, but you only go to the Star Wars land, and then you come right back to the Star Cruiser. Anyway, but it was just the sequels. So if you actually brought in Leia, Luke, Han,
right,
all that, it probably would have worked. But because
so they only did like the 90s on. They didn't do the 70s and 80s ones.
They only did the Kylo Ren, Rey, Daisy Ridley Star Wars. If you try to talk about Luke or Han or anything like that, they don't. Who are you talking about? Who is that?
Oh, they sucked.
So that's why it didn't work.
So why did they erase the originals?
Okay. What didn't you like about the sequels? What didn't you guys like about them overall? So Anne we the North. I always want to say Anne of the North.
You can say Anne. It's fine.
Anne we the North. It just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Well, we the North is from the Raptors, Toronto Raptors. That's their their slogan. It's the basketball team we have
from Game of Thrones. But all right.
I don't know anything about that, but
well, if anyone's a Raptors fan, they know. So I went to go see the first. I'm trying to think who was in it. I think it was the one with they brought back Luke, so I went to go see it.
That would be Last Jedi.
Not sure. It was the. Let me think. It was the first one of the last 3.
Okay.
So whatever name that is.
So for me, like the first one of the last 3, the sequels,
so that it was okay. It was just kind of nice because they brought back some of the old like Princess Leia was in it. Luke was in it. I think Han Solo was in it.
I think I liked it more when I first.
So it was okay.
I think I liked it more when I first watched it because I didn't remember the originals that much because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan.
Okay.
And then I rewatched them afterwards, and it made me realize that I actually do not like what the hell they did with it, because I was like, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys watch it. Like what's the best way to put it? We're cinephiles, like we're
Yeah.
cinema. We watch we watch a ton of cinema. We watch all this stuff, and then we dissect it in different ways or whatever. But also we give our own takes on a lot of it.
Right.
And a lot of the people that I even hang out with are it's weird to say hang out with because it's online, but whatever. They are like way bigger Star Wars fans than I am.
Okay.
And even
well, I only
Yeah.
like the original 3. So, and I like Mandalorian season 1.
After rewatching them, I was like, oh, I liked 4, 5, and 6 a lot. Like this was
Which
cool.
ones are they?
That's the original.
Okay.
That's the original. 4, 5, and 4, 5,
Quentin,
and
you're
6.
gonna have to
6 is the
explain it to
original.
me.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 is original, and it's like I was like, oh, I had a much better time with that. And then
Cyphex, you don't want a Star Wars Quentin rant?
Go for it, man. Go,
Quentin,
go.
Okay.
Give your story. You heard me go off on Star Wars.
Right.
Go on, Quentin.
It was like maybe about a month ago, and then like I'm surprised DA didn't boot me off of that stream. But yeah,
Cyphex's passion for Star Wars is nowhere near mine. Like, I mean, Star Wars is pretty much one of the first movies I saw. My father collected action figures. I helped him, build things in his garage with the toys, made a Jabba's Palace playset, made a Star Wars Episode 1 playset with Darth Maul and that Duel of the Fates scene with the red, doors and all that. I mean, I had a lightsaber from the Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker lightsaber when I was 5. Like, Star Wars is a lot to me. Anyway, so when the new movies come out, you kind of get hoodwinked thinking, hey, the new 3 or the original 3 are going to be here. Han, Luke, and Leia. And they basically, except for Leia, pretty much cuck the 3. Even Leia is a general, but she's kind of like pushed back. You don't really see much of her. So Han is a dad, and they kind of take the EU, which they shit on, and then they completely change characters. So, for example, Kylo Ren's name is Ben Solo, which Leia never knew Obi-Wan as Ben. The only one that knew Obi-Wan as Ben is Luke. So in the EU, Luke's son is Ben Skywalker. So it doesn't make any sense in the world for Leia to name their son Ben Solo. And then for whatever reason, Han abandons Kylo Ren's character and not even going to the second movie where Luke is going to kill Kylo Ren's character for whatever reason. So just sticking to the first movie. So now you got, why is Han not with Leia? How do they lose the Millennium Falcon?
So this isn't your take. This is your breakdown. Like you should have.
Well, I mean, these are all.
I'm guessing Quentin is around the same age as I am because that's what we were all watching back then.
Like all these.
Quentin's younger than me by about 3 months, and I am your father's son.
Hey, you got this girl Rey who has no Jedi training, nothing. And what do they always tell you that you got to get? Luke's not ready in Empire Strikes Back, and he had trained for, then by Return of the Jedi, he had trained for years. Mm-hmm. But this girl has no training whatsoever.
Nope.
And can, mind trick stormtroopers. And then Kylo Ren, who's supposed to be this super badass, Force user, lightsaber fighter, she kicks his ass in the Force, never using a lightsaber before in her life. Yeah. And then as you complete the movie, you kind of see it's like a shittier version of A New Hope, with Rey being the Luke character, Finn being like the Han character. Like the entire movie pretty much shit on everything that the Star Wars fans enjoyed. And then like to find out the whole purpose of the movie is Luke, before he left, for whatever fucking reason, left a map to find him just in case. And so they're going to find a map. She goes over to him. She brings a lightsaber, which in Empire Strikes Back, that lightsaber falls. When that Luke, I am your father moment. It falls.
See, when I first watched it, because I didn't remember the first movies all that well, I was like, oh man, like I enjoyed it. And then when I saw people talking about how they talked about the first couple of movies, they were like, "Oh, it's just a rehash of that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, let me go and rewatch those." And I was like, I rewatched them. I'm like, God damn it, they're right. I was like, son of a bitch, like, because I remember like I still even have like a coffee mug that I bought for or a coffee
Nice.
mug that I bought for like the Force Awakens. So it was like, oh, this is cool. Like I enjoy like I still can enjoy the Force Awakens. Just that movie, that movie alone, I can enjoy for the sake of nostalgia, for my area of nostalgia for Star Wars. But rewatching the other stuff and the way that I feel that I'm oddly enough becoming like kind of a movie critic or some bullshit, it's like I mean I gotta be honest about it. Like, yeah, it's a total fucking rehash of the fucking goddamn same story. Like, okay.
So I just wanted to comment on it. It's hey, it's me in HD. So it said I loved Ray because it represented modern society. So I have to say, yeah, because she didn't have to work for it. She's a woman. She stepped up, and all of a sudden, she's the best. That's ridiculous.
Well, as we have literally a woman on our stream,
right?
Here,
I know.
How do you feel about like the women representation on modern movies right now? Like, do you feel it's like portrayed correctly? Like, cause like, in my opinion, I don't feel it is. I feel it's like almost it's like a characterization of what feminists think that they are compared to what women actually are or whatever. Don't get me wrong, there are super awesome strong females out there. There's some badass body lifters, whatever, but like, let's be real, what does the modern woman actually like feel about that when you see that? Don't get me wrong, sure, it's like, oh, the damsel in distress bullshit, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I kind of still want to be saved by the strong man. Do you feel that's a thing that you would like to see come back into modern movies?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to make myself extremely clear. I am not a feminist. I don't believe in feminism. I think feminism destroys women. So I'm sorry if there's women in the chat that are feminists, but it just destroys. Men are made to be strong. Okay, that's what we love about you. We love that. We love it.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop.
Hey, Spitex, are there modern women in Canada?
Well, they're all feminists here. It's
we have one on stream right now. So yeah.
I just don't. It's they're ruining everything that. Like, I'm sorry, but being a woman, our superpowers are different. So we can have babies. That's a superpower, right?
I actually believe that. Yeah.
Right. So I think what they're also trying to do.
I'm a huge fan of fucking horror. Like I love horror movies, and I know maybe like women maybe aren't super.
I love horror movies.
If you love horror movies, awesome. Yeah. But women in horror movies, when they're like, we don't have strong women, it's like, have you watched a horror movie? Like, yeah, we usually survive. All the people who kill the bad guy in the end tend to be women, like 100% of the time, actually.
Yeah. After we threw all the men at them,
figured it out. Yeah. Yeah, like all the men are fucking cannon fodder, but it's fine.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It's like they're trying to make all the men sissies, and they're trying to make all the women men. And it's just not true. It's just not true. It's not. I want someone to open a jar for me. I am sorry, but that is just the way it is. It's just, that's the way that's just nature. They're trying to make us something that we're not. You know why Wonder Woman? Sorry?
They're trying to rewrite history.
Yeah. Do you know why Wonder Woman did so well? because she was surrounded by men that helped her. But she wore a tiara. She looked sweet in that little outfit. And I know you all know you watched Linda Carter. Don't lie. All right. Okay.
Gal Gadot can't act for shit, but like everybody wants to watch her on screen 100% of the time.
Right. Because she's hot. Okay. And she, like, you know what I mean? The outfit's cute. She got a cute tiara. She got cute bracelets. She got cute boots. But she wasn't, but the way her power was her mind, right? Like she did this and then she had the lasso, but I didn't ever feel like she was alone or like at the end of the episode, it was like the cops came or, like she was working with the men. It wasn't just her. It was, like I felt like they were a team, like Bionic Woman, great example, right? Bionic Woman, $1 Million Man, they were a team. Yeah. They worked together, right? And they had different powers, but she wasn't a dude. Like I think they're trying to erase a lot of femininity, and that's a shame because it's something that women should embrace. And I think men should embrace their masculinity. And I think they're just totally trying to reverse us. I mean, look what we got going on now in society. Like, look what we got. We got dudes wearing a dress saying that they can come into my bathroom.
You just brought it up about the whole like femininity thing. It's like women, like some of their superpower kind of technically revolves around their femininity, which is, hey, yeah, I'm sexy. I can allure this person over, and that's why
femme fatale.
Exactly, femme
fatale. Right? That like Nikita was a great. You know what I mean? Like that's also something. Like James Bond used his masculinity, right? And femme fatales use their femininity. It's just a different type of power, but it's used in our nature. And they're trying to switch it over, in my opinion.
Well, yeah,
and I'm telling you, okay,
where it doesn't make sense, where it's
right.
Like, oh, so men can be feminine, and it's like, why would this dude be feminine? And it's like, who the fuck would go out of the way to be like, I'm a chick now? And it's like, if you're doing that, there might be something wrong in your goddamn head.
Oh, there's something totally wrong.
100%.
But it's just not. So like, you could take a poll of the men here. Would you rather watch someone like Marilyn Monroe walk down the street, or what's her name, Rachel Zegwiger, as Disney? Who would you rather watch down the street? Who would you rather look at and whistle at down the street?
Let's say, would you rather watch Marilyn Monroe or Monroe walk down the street, or
with the gate and her white dress going up? Would you
rather watch Dylan Mulvaney walk down?
Would you rather watch Dylan Mulvaney? Yeah. I think we all know the answer. Any guy that's got blood pumping through his veins, we know.
I like the
way one would actually keep their blood pumping. The other one would make them have a heart attack. There's no blood going here.
There's no blood.
Is going wrong.
It's just like, I just find that, like, I mean, I'm not going to say I know who all the modern actresses are, but I got to say, like, I find them to be extremely mannish. Like, I think Rachel, I think they do a lot of work on her face in the movie. Now, I don't know, you guys are movie experts, but they really try and make her look extra feminine. And her box, she looks like a box.
She looks like every girl you've ever seen working in a Lotte cart. She just looks like that all the time. And if you don't know what a Lotte cart is, it's the people that go randomly walking around selling corn to you on the street, almost like an ice cream truck. That's what she looks like.
She's looking, but like, I mean, they look very
two
basic.
People in the background. We got John Cusack and we got Emily Kruger. I think Emily actually said something first.
Okay.
And so I'm going to add Emily.
And I'm not trying to offend anyone, by the way, so please don't take it personal. That's just my opinion. It's not reflective of the channel. I'm not trying to get anybody, that Sydney Sweeney girl.
One second. I just have to say this.
Yep.
So I'm gonna add Emily on because I saw her say the thing first, even though I did ask John earlier, but if he can wait a minute, and if anybody wants to jump out, I can add both of them. I can only have 4 people on the stream. I'm gonna reiterate that I can only have 4 people. So even if you join in onto the stream with the link that I posted, I can only have 4 people. By the way, people. And I'm going to add Emily because she asked first, and then John, you'll be added. By all means, stay in the background, and I will add you on as time comes on. If Emily wants to jump off or anybody else wants to jump off, that's fine. But I'm going to add Emily first. Here we go. What's up, Emily? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi, Emily.
Doing good.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Emily Kruger is a big fan of like pretty much I want to say almost everything that I follow because I see her in all the chats. How are you doing?
She's an expert.
I'm doing good.
Right on. What do you have to talk about or like any comments on anything that we've been talking about?
I just wanted to come in and say hi.
Oh, awesome.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
It's nice to see another lady. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just
Right,
chilling this Saturday.
Are you in California as well?
You're
In
both
Arizona.
in my 5% women stream up to 10%. And this
Nice.
is great.
So you're in Arizona. What time is it in Arizona?
Same as California right now.
So you're
Yeah,
on
Pacific
Pacific
Arizona's
time.
only about an hour off. Yeah. Or
Okay.
they're not an hour off. It's about the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When it's daylight savings, around this time, it's usually at the same time as California and the Pacific.
Oh, you guys
Well,
don't change time, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. I like that.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't have too much to talk about, I want to also get your opinion on something like, let's say, Daredevil. Have you watched Daredevil? What have you watched recently that you would like to talk about?
I have seen the first 2 episodes of the new Daredevil show, but I haven't caught up on the new one.
What do you think about it? What do you think about it overall?
I'm seeing where it goes, like what the outcome will be.
So you haven't watched the 3rd episode yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Do you like the characters, Emily?
Mm-hmm.
So who's your favorite character?
Even with all the stuff going on from Daredevil in the current time right now, I still am a fan of the Charlie Cox performance of Daredevil.
Okay.
Right on. So right now, who is your favorite character in the new Disney Marvel Daredevil? Like, do you still like Daredevil, or do you like some of the new characters they've introduced?
Still Daredevil.
Of course, right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Right
Cyphex,
on. Yo. What's
we
going
do
on?
have 2 ladies on stream. So how did they feel about the whole MCU? It was modeled for them, right?
That's a good question. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about the overall MCU dynamic that's been going on for the last, let's say, what is it, 7 years now? Let's just trim it down and say 5 years. 5 years. The last 5 years of the MCU. I know that's a term that's been coined by like Nerdrotic and whatnot. But how do women actually feel about that while you're actually seeing that? Like,
Does it make you feel seen or what?
I'm going to let Emily go first.
I find some of the pretty much a lot of the performances annoying from those characters, like She-Hulk. Gosh,
Okay.
is she annoying? Like
Is there a
that.
character that you relate to?
I
Is
wasn't
there a character you feel seen through? Like when you see them, you're like, oh man, they got me. Like they nailed it. Like not even obviously not. I don't want to say obviously not looks, because even when I see Thor, I'm like, he got me. Even though I don't look like that guy, but it's like their personality, the way that they joke around or whatever. Is there something about that that you just like relate to?
Before like all the MCU stuff, I always like related to the character Scarlet Witch at times because of her being a twin sister and I have a twin brother.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so you relate to like Nebula and like that kind of relationship or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like a sibling thing.
Right on, right on. Okay, hold on. So as much as I'm enjoying the conversation with everybody, I do have a guest that I actually have to upstage everyone else for, because I mean he's the one that platform, right? The DA is here. I'm gonna
Cool.
add him on.
You want me to jump, Cyphex?
If you want to jump, go for it. Well, I'm gonna kick a couple people. I'm gonna kick Quentin. You guys can stay in the channel, but I'm gonna jump DA into it.
Yeah, you can jump me, man.
All right.
It's nice to talk to you, Quentin.
Yep.
Wait. It's letting me add people.
Oh, good.
Why can't I add more people? Like, what? Oh my god!
What happened to DA? Did John just change his name?
That's somebody.
Hold on. Sorry, Emily. I'm gonna have to kick you just for a minute. You can stay in the background. I'll put you back on. Wait, where'd the DA go? Oh my god, he's gone. This is how bad I am with this shit. What's going on, Johnny Cocksack?
I can't hear him. Is it me?
Yo, DA just got race swapped.
Oh
Yeah, by the way, here's DA. He's Johnny Cucksack now. Like,
no!
we'll get Emily back on after. Like,
That's
Jesus.
funny.
What? This is how bad I am with the streaming stuff. And also, when you have the free version, it is not great. It's oh man.
Well, now look, now you got all these people here. You got to up your game. Go
I
pro.
didn't mean for all these people to show up.
See,
like,
that's good.
I just start up and like people join, which I'm.
That's
super grateful
fabulous.
for.
Good for you.
That's great. Hey, like I said earlier, when when I first started, I was like, even if I get one person that's watching, that's not me on my YouTube account. I'm super excited for it. I'm like, hell yeah, because the first time I started doing a stream, you most of the time you talk to the void. Like you're just like, let me just talk to myself for a minute.
Yeah, now you got people in the waiting
gotta
room.
be a
There you go.
showman. Oh yeah. So we got me, Ann, and John.
Hey, John. Or White DA. I don't know. What do I call him? I can't hear him now. Is it me?
Hold on. I just sent a message to DA. Oh, man. I didn't think DA would actually join. I'm like, I only got 10 people. This guy gets like 100, 150 people. I'm like, why do you want to come on here, man?
That's good. No, it's good for you. It's good. It's more traffic.
No. Oh, of course.
That's great.
Look, anybody with a way bigger subscriber count is massive plus to me. That's great.
Wonderful.
Like, even in my videos, I don't sit there and I'm like, hey, at the end of them, I'm like, hey, subscribe and like and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just watch my video. If you watch my videos, thank you. Like, thank you. And I'm like, thank you. Peace out. And I'm like, I fuck off. And people are like, oh yeah, I can go on with my day. If you follow me after that, great.
Jeff, I don't know who race swapped DA, man. That's some bad stuff, man.
Johnny,
White representation.
Johnny, you're not coming through.
You guys are funny.
Oh, kick you?
I can't hear Johnny.
Here, we'll add Emily back. Emily, what's going on?
Hi guys.
Hi, Emily.
What are you up to? Where are you at? What are you doing?
Right now I'm just chilling.
Just chilling.
Chilling like a villain. That's what we used to say back in the day.
Saturday afternoon, you're not like strolling a beach somewhere. What's going on? To be
Can
fair,
I ask what
I'm not doing that.
what generation you are, Emily? I don't want to be rude and ask your age or anything. Are you like
Gen
As the
Z.
adult?
No. We don't do they here. These look.
Oh no,
You're
I'm just
both women.
curious of what people are doing
how
in
old are
different
you,
generations.
Emily? How old are you? We want to know so we can
I'm
drag you to the mud
51 and
immediately.
fabulous.
Yes.
I have no
And
shame in my game.
Anna's old as dirt. Emily,
I am
are
old
you
as dirt.
young?
I made dirt. No shame in my game. I don't care. I own every single year.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna play that here.
That's totally fine with that. I just didn't want to put Emily in an awkward
I
position. That's all.
technically already knew how old you were. You told us before, but like Emily doesn't have to say it. It's all good.
It's okay.
What are you up to, Emily? What you
I was just
chilling,
curious
hanging
what
out?
young people do, I guess is what my question was.
Later, I'm gonna go watch a hockey game.
Nice. You're a hockey fan. What team do you like?
Well, since one like the only sports right now is college hockey for the college team down the street from where I live, Arizona State. They're doing really well in hockey right now, so I'm gonna go watch it later.
Nice. Good for you. Yeah, they already had all the Stanley Cup and the Canada versus USA where we were really nice and booed you, which was super
You mind
terrible.
me asking where you're from? Like, what's your favorite team? Is it where you're from, or do you have a favorite team that's not where you're from?
I do like the Dodgers mostly because they're my dad's favorite team,
Nice.
Oh, right on.
and I was really happy.
I used to drive around Willie Davis. If you don't know who he is, you can
I
tell
do.
your dad who he is. Oh, you do know Willie Davis? Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
she's a big
He
fan.
was like, he was the first black, like first black player on the Dodgers. Like he was the first baseman. I used to drive him around to do signings, and
That's
he was a good
awesome.
friend of mine. Yeah, I have a bunch of signed posters and everything.
You need to send one to Emily. Get an autograph for her.
There you go. Yeah. I can be famous for something and be like,
Hey, you got a connection now, Emily.
yo. No. Well, he died. So.
Oh, he did. Sorry,
Yeah,
Emily.
he
I didn't
died,
know.
So all my posters might be worth a few bucks, but
Okay.
no. But he was a good dude when I drove him around. He was cool people.
That's awesome.
But okay, since I have two ladies on the stream,
So we were
Is there-
talking about MCU, and Emily was talking about being a twin, and that she
we
like.
were, and then also I'm going to bring up. So let's say with the MCU stuff, is there any characters that you've seen in the MCU, not MCU, but let's just say the MCU in general, that have the female characters that you're actually enjoy or that you would like to enjoy seeing? Like based on the trailers that you've seen, let's say with the Thunderbolts and our Fantastic Four, right? Those are the two most recent.
So can you name the characters for me? I'm sorry, Emily. I am dumb when it comes to this stuff, so you're gonna have to pardon my ignorance. So who is the MCU? So it's the Lady Green Hulk, right?
So
Yeah.
MCU is just a joke play on words where it's just like
Right,
it's all
because they changed them all to women, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. But the actual female characters in the stuff that's coming up is going to be like Yelena, which is like the new Black Widow, who was in Black Widow. She's like her sister or whatever. And then
Is that like the female Spider-Woman? Spider? Yeah.
no,
Can you pull up a picture for me so I can see what they look like? Can anybody do that?
I actually should probably do that
Because I can. If you show me a
Actually,
picture, I can
Peter's
go, oh yeah, that one. Just explain it to me like I'm 5. Sorry, Emily. I'm sorry you have to dumb it down for me.
It's okay.
I know I've heard of the She-Hulk. She's green and twerks, and
Yeah, that was cringy.
she's a lawyer. Am I right, Emily?
Yeah.
So she's in a lawyer office, and she's supposed to be a professional in a suit. And what does she decide to do is twerk? Am I correct? Am I wrong or am I right?
That's Yelena on the right there.
Okay, so is this a new character, or
she kind of got introduced in the Black Widow movie,
Oh,
which was technically before some stuff, and then if you
who
saw
played her
the
before?
Hawkeye movie,
Florence Pugh.
nobody. This is this is actually Florence Pugh. Yeah. So this picture, like on the right, is Florence Pugh. There's other picture. Like I just typed in Yelena, and then if there's anime bullshit in there, like whatever.
So
This is who she is.
So what's
right.
her big deal? What does she do? She got
she's just another Black Widow. She is the new Black Widow.
So Black Widow is a whole team now?
No, Black Widow is an organization, basically. So, like, there's a bunch of Black Widows out there.
Okay, I think I had her confused with what's it, Charlize Theron? Does she play one of them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Rachel Weisz played one of them.
There was one. Okay, there was a blonde, and she wore a tight black outfit. That's who I'm thinking of. So I got the wrong people wrong. Sorry. So Black Widow is a whole organization. Am I right?
Yes.
And it's all full of women.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? They just fight crime.
They're like a spy organization.
They're like an assassination squad. It's like an underground Russian thing where it's like they're secret assassins for the government kind of deal. Like that's the best way to put it. Like,
Jeff, yes, Scarlett Johansson. That's who I'm thinking of. Who does she play?
The original Black Widow who appeared in a lot of this stuff, Natasha.
Scarlett
Johansson. That's who I'm thinking of, is Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
she's what most people would know as Black Widow.
Okay, that's who I'm thinking of, is her. So I thought it was one character, but now it's a whole thing.
No, it originally starts as a character named Black Widow, but it's actually like a big organization. Technically, it's like an underground Russian organization, and everybody that goes through that organization is technically a Black Widow. She's just technically supposed to be like the best one, I think, is the way that they put it.
So she's like the head, like the. Isn't it interesting that they call them all Black Widows? I find that very ironic.
Yeah.
Like the one that, like, I'll have sex with you and then I'm going to kill you. That's what a Black Widow does.
That's a bunch of women without men. I mean, I think that.
No, but like that's what the spider does, though. That's what the Black Widow spider does. So I find it ironic that they're all women, and it's like, well, that's what they do.
25. That's fine.
That's funny. I'm just like, it's like, do they see the own irony of their own characters? Like, is it just me? It's like they're all like Black Widow, which is the spider that goes and lures them into their little web, and it's like, hey, baby, and then they go and then they mate with them, and then they kill them, and then they eat them. Like that's what a Black Widow does, and that's the name of the whole organization. Wow, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah. So Emily, I'm gonna remove you because the background sound. I don't know why. Either you got a fan going on or something about going on in the background. It's like it's
sorry
overwhelming.
About that.
It's overwhelming my headphones. If you can fix that, I'll bring you back on, and I'm gonna bring back on Quentin. But I'll remove you from the stage, and then
it's nice to talk to you, Emily.
Nice to talk to you too.
I hope you have a great time at your hockey game.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you too, Cyfox.
Right on. You guys have a good one. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emily.
There we go. Yeah, sorry. It was just like an overwhelming sound. Like I only have the one earphone in. It was just like, wow.
Yeah, you must hear like it way more than we do. It's like,
yeah, if you're rocking it through your speakers or whatever, it probably.
Yeah, it must be really, really loud.
Quentin, you're back, and then
Cyfex, are we just not going to talk about the fact that you said that was a first Black Dodger and not Jackie Robinson?
Jackie Robinson. He's awesome.
Okay, fair enough. He was the first baseman, is what I meant to say.
Because I kind of feel like Jackie Robinson is pretty famous For breaking
Even
the
I know, and
barrier.
I don't watch baseball, and I know who he is.
Dude, everyone knows who Jackie Robinson is. Fine, but he was to the point where, like, when I went to his house, dude, he had like when they tore up the Dodger Stadium the first time, like he had seats from Dodger Stadium in his fucking apartment because
That's
they
so
gave him.
cool.
Yeah, they were dope. I was like, that's cool as fuck. And there were the seats that, like, I want to say there was something that he gave to somebody special. You know, it was like he didn't really tell me all the details,
But did he
I used
serve
to
you
drive
Dodger
him.
dogs?
No, dude, he was like 60 something when I fucking met him.
Doesn't count.
He retired at 35. Like back then, they used to retire really earlier.
So like I was like 16 and he drove like I drove him around to places and he'd be like, I'll pay you $100 a day. And I was like, cool, that's cool. And then we went there and all these people would line up to fucking have him sign cards and whatever. And then he'd just fuck off. Like, and then I drove him back home. Like, and then we'd sit around and shoot the shit. And at the time, I smoked weed, and I smoked weed with that guy. So there you go.
That's pretty cool.
That was like 20 fucking years ago at this point.
Sly was the reverse of driving Miss Daisy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had the shit end of that deal.
Spikefax, what do you mean at the time you smoked weed?
Dude, I haven't smoked weed in about I'm 35. About
yesterday.
13 years. 13 years. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Someone said, "Hey, it's me. The biggest problem with all the women characters are so cool in the comics, but in the MCU, they're terrible." So he's saying that the comics are really, really cool. The female characters in the comics are badass, but he says that in the films they make them really lame-o. What do you guys think?
I actually kind of agree with that because like comics make, for one, they make every character like way cooler than they are usually. But also with the female characters, they just, oh my God, like
is it the art or the story, or is it a combination that makes them better?
They nowadays, when it comes to like films and stuff, and we've talked about this, I know we've brought it up a few times in the stream, they just like the way to make a strong female character is to make them a male. Like they make them have male characteristics, like oh, I'm super strong, I'm this, and it's like the best characterization of that is like I want to believe, I think it's in Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
Okay, is that where Scarlett Johansson was in?
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
And she uses her femininity to like get out of it, and she's like seductive, but also at the same time interrogating them while she's getting kind of beat up. And it's like she uses that to her advantage, and then obviously flips it around or whatever. And it's like it was great. It was genius. They don't.
So it was a little bit more practical. You think? Hey, it's me says it's a combination that like it's the art and the story that makes them more of a badass lady, I guess. Would you guys agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was reading a message.
No
DA is on the phone. He's on his phone. He's driving, but his stuff's not connecting. So I have one more spot open if somebody else wants to come back on or whatever.
I mean, for me, it's they make these female characters just basically invulnerable, and it takes out all the personality. Like there's no confidence in it. Like Scarlet Witch,
Jeff
is like so powerful, but in the comics, she wasn't really one of the A tier characters. But in the movies, I mean, she's destroying everything, taking on Thanos by herself.
I think to be fair, it's like she's one of the few people that they actually they used her powers correctly, because so many of X-Men characters in general, when you think about it, like their powers would be ridiculous. Like it would be astronomical. Like it would destroy the fabric of reality kind of deal. Like some of these people are just like, yeah, even if you have electricity shooting out of your fingers, it's like, yeah, I can just destroy your, like I can destroy the power grid. I can just hit it with lightning from like a mile away. Like stuff like that.
We see Thor get his ass kicked, right? So
well, he's not sitting there. Thor's not sitting there trying to destroy the world. You know, he's sitting there trying to save it.
I'm just saying, he is a literal god of thunder and lightning,
Right.
And you know, he gets his ass kicked more than some of these girl heroes.
So so what is their vulnerability
like
then? Like if they're like in the movies, if they're all men and they're so powerful and everything, and they make all the chicks men. So like, what in the comics makes them vulnerable, Quentin? Like what do you see as being feminine in the comics?
I think being like feminine or whatever, like it's not even just being feminine. It's being treated like, if you want to be treated equal, you got to take those fucking punches. You're a superhero, you're gonna get decked in the face by some fucking, you're gonna get stabbed by Wolverine type of deal. Like, I mean, yeah, you might survive it, but it's like, you got to take it. But they never show that type of stuff.
So basically, here Hates Me says that all the women in the MCU aren't allowed to have flaws. So would you guys agree like that they're perfect, they can take all the hits, they're never injured, there's anything wrong with them, but all the men are just wimpy and they just fall apart? Am I anywhere close?
I'm gonna add DA from his car. What's up, DA? What's going on, brother?
DA. Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, dude.
Hey.
Yeah, what's good, man?
Thanks for joining the stream, man.
I couldn't get on before, man. I'm in like a dead spot or something. Like I couldn't even get like regular internet access. And then all of a sudden it just kicked back in. So I don't know, like somebody with a black box just rolled up out of here or something and let me get back in.
What's up? Get those likes. Talk with you, get those likes. Team DA, let's go.
Hi, DA. How are you?
What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Quentin?
I'm good.
So what you talking about?
So we're talking about how MCU and how female characters are kind of misrepresented or not represented properly.
Well, apparently the women are flawless and can do no wrong in the movies, but the men always get their ass kicked. What do you think, DA?
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Yeah, like the men is fuck ups. They can't do nothing right, and the women got to come and save them. And I don't know why they think that's going to be a hit with audiences, because audiences ain't trying to feel that. Audiences want to see men saving the day. They like their damsels in distress. Women like to be saved by men and like to see that's what that's the natural order of things. So yeah, having a woman out here being the ass kicking badass, that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody cares about that. People want to see like actual, they want to see shit that makes sense that they would rock with in real life.
That's like what I think. Yeah.
To say, and if you had to go out there and be an ass kicking woman, saving the day all the time, like you would probably get tired of that after a while. It's like, where's my savior?
I'm already tired hearing it. So, I don't, we were talking about that earlier. I was like, I want someone to open my jar of pickles. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like masculinity. I like that men are stronger. I like that about men. I think that's a beautiful thing about men, and I think they're just trying to destroy it.
No, you're right, 100%. You're absolutely right.
One of my best friends, his mother was over the other day, and she literally did that. She was just like, I walked by her while I saw she brought out a jar of, it was like pickles to cook up or whatever. Yeah. And she just I watched her, I knew she was going for it, and I walked by and I stopped because I knew she was about to ask hey, can you help me? And she turned she called me back to ask her to help her, and I was just and I clicked it in one shot, and
nice.
I could tell she was kind of struggling with it type of deal, and I was just like, I'm not going to call you out on it, but and I'm not going to offer the help immediately. But I was waiting for. I was like, hey, you need help? Because
Can I just give? Can I give you guys a tip? Can I give y'all a tip?
Don't get me wrong. I naturally usually do it.
No, but like step in. The problem with feminists is like they all think they can do everything by themselves. We can't. Women can't. So if you're gonna step in, open my pickle jar, like whoo, that is sexy for us. And any woman who says differently is in denial.
Dude, the funniest thing about all this, and the way that, like, don't get me wrong, the way that I come off, whatever. I was actually raised by 2 women, and no, they're not lesbians. I was raised by my mom and my grandma, and my grandma was like a hardcore, like, lawyer, whatever. And then
I bet you she wasn't twerking in the office though.
No, she was hardcore. She's fucking hardcore. You ever heard like the term grammar Nazi? You know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So she learned how to like type on the old school typewriters where you heard that shit click, and she could do 120 words a minute on that.
Oh, like, wow, that's good. I could only do 60. That's awesome.
That's how good she was on those. And what it was like,
we used to take like again another feminine thing they took away. We used to take typing in school. Women used to take. I took it. We used to take cooking. We used to take typing.
So that was my grandma, and then my mom was, let's just say, the exact opposite. Like, so she was like, let's just say, she's not for the streets because she wasn't like a whore or some shit. Like, she wasn't like that.
I would never call your mother that.
No. Like, I'm trying to make it accessible for like the crowd. She knew like the street lingo.
She was street smart.
You know, let's just say, yeah, she's street smart, but at the same time, let's just say when it comes to drugs, she was very smart. Let's go with that. Like, okay. I was trying to find a nice way to say that, but so I was raised in like a dichotomy. You know, it was like somebody who did something very well, that did really good stuff, and then somebody who also did really well doing really bad stuff.
Well, you know, it's also 2 different generations.
Sci-Fi's backstory. Hey man, I've told this story plenty of times actually. I've probably said it more eloquently or worse. I don't know, but I have no idea. But I don't know. When they're raised in that kind of situation, and it's like when I hear people say that, like, oh, you need a man in your life. Yes. But when the man in your life is also like a woman who could actually build a fucking house, well, I had a dope ass fucking woman that could fucking build a house. And now, ta-da, I can do a lot of that shit she can. Slightly better and faster. But you know what? It helped me a lot, you know, but it's like,
well, we don't get to pick our parents or who raises us. Like we have no choice in that.
When I hear people say about like, oh, well, I had a disadvantage on this, I had a disadvantage of this or whatever, I'm just like, oh, you're going out of your way to make excuses. Cause I'm like, because they're like, oh, I didn't have a dad. I didn't have a mom. I was like, I fucking had no dad. I had none of that. And it's like, I don't think anywhere online, and especially online, that anyone could look back and be like, that guy is fatherless. I'd be like, nah, I still was raised right. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like, I mean, you know, it's like, I mean, I know people that, you know, they grew up in a big house, big family, big this, and they're the most screwed up people you'll ever meet. So it's like, you know, I think it's how you look at it and how you adapt to it, and really what kind of backbone you got. Some people just, let's face it, some people love to be a victim. They love it.
Exactly. It's like, it's the victim mentality look, I have a reason to be a victim. Let me leech on to that, or not even. It's not latch on. They leech onto it because they're like, let me absorb that shit. Let me absorb that fucking bullshit, and then they just like
it's their identity.
produce it out there, and they're like, I am a victim of. You're not a fucking victim. You're useless, and then you went out of your way to be useless. That's what you did.
Yeah, I think it, like, again, it's all about adapting, right? So, I mean, you can sit there and, I don't know, say you're diagnosed with something. Okay, you can learn to live with it, or you can be in it all day. Like, you know, like, I have this, I'm this, I'm that. BOOHOO, get over it. Build a bridge and get over it, honey. It's life.
You can find random people who are like, I was diagnosed with like 3 forms of brain cancer, and they're like, I'm going to go out there and save the world. And then for the last 3 years of their life, they're like, I actually went out and did something. And it's like, okay, that it's like inspirational, but it's like it might have took something like that to get them there. The problem is none of these people have something like that motivates them, and I don't want to say that you need something like that to motivate them.
No,
but they have literally nothing to complain about. Their lives are so good, so easy, so whatever, and they're like, let me find something that is inconvenient. Like, shit, I stubbed my toe. Let me go and advocate for the people who broke a toe.
For the toe stubbers in the world. I'm so anti-toe stubber. Yeah. I mean, it's so foolish, but it's totally. I mean, you can see them on TikTok. I mean, these people live in these big giant houses, and all they do is complain all day. That's it. Rosie O'Donnell, great example. Rosie O'Donnell. I'm sure some of you people have seen that nonsense. And I mean, she is someone who has more money than God, and she is the most unhappiest person you'll ever meet.
It's the funniest thing. Like I go into X and like, so sure you have your like, who do you follow, and then who. It's like, so you have the who you follow, and then for you. And my For You is just filled with like leftist nonsense. And I'm like,
no.
Why? Like, I technically watch probably things that are anti that, but it's almost curating it to where I can see how retarded some of their arguments are. It blows my mind. I'm just like, look, even if you semi had a point, you're retarded. Like that. Yeah. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I like that Elon put retard is okay to say now on there. So I just call everyone a retard, and it offends them, and it's hilarious.
Hey,
just pro tip.
Since you were raised by 2 women, do you identify with America Chavez?
No, man. I was raised by my grandmother and my mom. That's not the same thing as a lesbian freaking motherhood, you know.
Jeff A is trying to get into the chat. He's written a few things. He's looking for a link.
Oh, okay. Hey.
He's ready to bench press the entire chat.
To be fair, he could.
Race swap.
Jeff, there's a link, brother.
I wanted to ask DA
if anyone else wants to click on it.
I think DA went back into a black section or black box or whatever he said he was.
He got booted by okay. Here we go.
Must be that internet area or something.
What's up, Jeff? What's going on? You swole bastard. Look at this. Dude, his veins have veins. What's going on here?
Veins have veins. Hey, he almost looks like a superhero.
Oh, I hear you.
He looks like a retired superhero, to be fair.
Well, we all got to retire sometime.
Jeff never met a problem he couldn't lift.
That's good.
Hey, is your wife here to help you this time, Jeff, or what?
Upstairs.
Is that?
No, I'm flying solo.
Look, man, where's the lock and key, and do we need to save her? Like, what's going on?
Hey, Cyphex, I was wondering if we could talk about Sons of Anarchy for a little bit.
Allegedly,
dude, I'm super down to talk about Sons of Anarchy. I love that show. It's actually literally filmed in my hometown, Sunland, Tahunga. Like a lot
Are
of
you
those shots.
serious?
Yeah, that's where I'm actually technically from.
I
live
thought
in
they
Chatsworth
filmed
now.
some of it in Canada. Am I wrong?
No, there were some shots from like Ireland when they did some of the later seasons, but a lot of it was in Sunland, Tahunga. Even the main street, it's called like, even though it's called the Chamber of Commerce, where they like drive up and down on some of the scenes, it's actually called Commerce Street, which is ironic, but that's the actual name of the street.
Oh,
But
cool.
yeah. But when they're doing those scenes where they're like driving through the canyons and stuff, that's the canyon I grew up around. I used to not only ride my bike through there, but drove way too many times drunk through there. But yes, like, I'm surprised I didn't. I don't know.
That was one of the few last shows that was like masculine, like one of the few before they started making all the men and women. I was like, because it was all men. I'm thinking of the actor, the Canadian actor in it, the one who was really weird, of course.
No.
What's his name?
Kim Coates?
He was one with the dark curly hair.
Yeah,
he kept killing women.
Oh.
It was something.
Kim?
Yeah.
His name is Kim?
Yeah.
That's his actual name is Kim? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I think he's French.
That show, man. I mean, it's
Kim Coates.
fantastic.
Yeah. I think he's like
in
French
there.
Indian, maybe something.
Yeah, no. Oh man, I have so many stories driving through that canyon of like when I was going to like old school fucking.
We lost Jeff already.
That's all right. Like so many old gigs that I used to go to back in. We used to call it Palm-Tucky, but it's just Palmdale, But it's like you take that canyon out there, and it's a very windy, curvy, whatever. But instead of taking the freeway, it's actually quicker if you take that way. If you live in that town, if you live in Sunland.
Are you talking about the long dirt road that they're always driving? Am I thinking of the right place?
No, it's like
where their clubhouse is?
Oh, I know the clubhouse isn't actually where that was actually filmed somewhere else. When they film when it's like up like a long street and like the ice cream shop or whatever bullshit they have going on there, and it's like that's Commerce Street near my hometown or whatever. And like every time I saw it, and on top of that is whenever they were driving their bike or riding their bikes, they would they have all these long shots of the background and everything. That's Tahunga Canyon, that's my hometown basically. So
that's super cool. I love.
And a lot of those bikes were rented from a friend of my mom's. Like they rented them from him to film there. And my mom's like old school biker to where like they knew the Devil's Henchman, they knew like let's just say they know the Mongols, whatever biker gang you can think of. Like she knew a lot of them, and they all ran through that time.
It's crazy how Ron Perlman plays such a cool, like kind of badass kind of character.
Oh, he was so cool in that.
In real life, he's such a freaking.
He's such a beta. He's such a
dude.
beta.
He's such a bitch-made motherfucker.
Hand of God was good too. He was in that.
It almost makes me think like he's a better actor for that. It's like, dude, you could do that. You're great. You're a great actor because you're a fucking piece of shit. Like,
he totally is.
I hate you in person, but I'll watch you in whatever you're gonna fucking act in because apparently you can act really well. I guess you can fake being reasonable. Wow.
Yeah. What was it? Hand of God. Did anybody see that one? I think it was HBO. And he played the judge, but he was like, he thought God was talking to him. It was really good. It was actually, there was only like 2 seasons. I'm trying to think. It was a really good cast. And he allegedly went nuts, but he was really a corrupt judge. I'd highly recommend it if anybody hasn't seen it. It's a really and like his son was sick and got into a coma. And but it was like it really showed like all the corruption and like he was really good in that. If you're a fan, FYI.
Sounds like Canadian communism to me.
Well, that's just my life. It's super communist here.
I mean,
super communist.
Moving scene or part was when his best friend Opie, when Opie gets killed in the prison.
We got DA back. What's going on, DA?
DA.
Yeah, I had to switch locations. That area over there is whack. DA. I don't know. It kept like my signal was flickering, and I'm just like, let me just move on. But yeah.
Where are you heading out to? If you don't mind me asking you, man.
Oh no, I'm just running errands with my mother. She don't drive no more, and so I'm just taking her to and from different spots. So that place, man, that was like a black hole where I was. So yeah, we in a new spot. Seems like a better internet coverage over here. So
I have a certain spot near where I used to live where it's like everybody knew it, like, and it always happens. It doesn't matter how many times I've called or not called, but whenever I drive past this one spot, I'll get a call.
Yeah.
And it's during this one little canyon dip next to where I fucking used to live. And then it'd be like, oh, hey, what's up? And like,
gone.
The call cuts, like it just cuts the fuck off. And you're like, what is happening? What is going on? Every time, 100%.
Yep. It's a ton of them, man. It's just too many people got cell phones, I think, and everybody just burning up all of the airwaves.
But don't you like in California? Like, don't you guys have cell towers everywhere? I mean, that's what I think of when I think of like California. I would think there would be cell towers everywhere.
It's everywhere, but you got to think it's capacity. It's capacity. How much capacity can each cell tower hold? And everybody's using the same one. So like where I was at before this, was at a local mall, where I usually where T goes to that mall. I go to that mall a lot, and it's just packed. It's always packed over there. And so, it's spotty, just like it might work and it might not, So that's just how it is. The capacity of that one cell tower. It's like, and then if everybody has the same coverage, like everybody got Verizon or some shit, then it's just gonna be like that.
Then everyone's using the exact same one.
They all using this.
So one of the movie theaters I go to, which oddly enough, anyone that goes to AMC would know this theater. Well, maybe they know it without knowing it. It's the one where Anna Nicole Smith or whatever, like she does that little walk and she whatever. That's the same. Yeah. It's the one in Porter Ranch, and Porter Ranch is a very like prestige, nice, high end area. Like once you go past a certain point, it's like all nothing but money. Like everybody has money there. It has zero fucking cell service. Zero. And
is that on purpose?
I have no idea. It's been that way for like 10 years. Which is insane. And I've had like 3 different providers through there, and nobody I know can get service there. Once you like, I straight up have a friend of mine who doesn't want to go to that theater just because he's like, well, I don't know what's going on. Like if somebody wants to text me if some bullshit happens or whatever. And I'm like, I get it. I mean, I don't really care, but it's like, he will not go there because there's zero cell service. And I'm like, it's kind of like one of the richest areas around us. And
that's really interesting.
It's insane. And I used to deliver there. Like when I worked for FedEx for like 5 years, and I used to deliver in that area, and it would suck because all our shit would just like clock out. So you had to like memorize all the fucking addresses and stuff, which wasn't a big deal. But it was like, you had to do that because your shit didn't work. Like
that's people that want cell towers built in their home area. Those people were probably pushing back against it. I used to work at Verizon, Verizon Wireless, and you had people that didn't want cell towers built in their area because they felt it dropped the property value. So it's like you have these giant ugly like metal towers in the middle of your community, and everybody's like, this thing is an eyesore, and then they felt it dropped their property value, so that's the reason why they didn't want but then okay, now when you come in this area you can't use your cell phone. And so we would talk to these people and be like, if you want your cell phone to work in your house, then you got to get a cell tower built in your area. And you got to talk to your city council about that shit. Don't talk to us. Talk to your city council. We want to be in there.
I straight knew a person in my old area when I lived in Sunlandanga. It was like they had a tree in their front yard, and it looked like a tree. It looked legit as fuck. Well, when you really looked at it, it was actually a wire tower. Like they built they put fake bullshit over it.
Wow, it's nice to be rich.
And it looked like it. So when you looked at it, it was from a distance it looked like a tree, but then when you really looked at it, it was like all of a sudden you saw wires and antennas and shit coming out of it, and it was in the front yard, and they got paid a fuck ton of money for it. But
they sure did.
I'm getting all the lowdown from California.
Their neighborhood said, you got to make this thing look like a damn tree. You can't just have a metal tower. I bet you all the people in there were saying that. Value.
Fucking, dress it up. Make this a transistor a trans. God damn it.
It's a trans tree. I love it.
Trans tree, damn
it. Hey, DA, I got a couple questions for you.
What's up?
Hey, did you happen to see Race Swap DA? And how's the tournament coming?
Did I see what?
Race Swap DA.
Race Swap DA.
Yeah, you came on earlier, right?
Is that just me? Like, what are you talking about?
And John Cuckass came in, and we were like, "What?"
I must have. No, I missed it. I missed it.
John, he came on for the 6-hour stream. He's invited whenever the fuck he wants to jump on. He came on for a second and then he bounced. He's invited.
But it was right after DA came in and then left, and we didn't know if
he came in and left.
Yeah, we thought it was you, and Jeff came on, so he race swapped you, DA. He race swapped you.
No, I didn't see that.
We upgraded on the fly.
A signal until I get right here where I'm at. The tournament's good. We're gonna have that up tomorrow night. It'll be up. It'll be ready to go. I'm just getting I'm trying to work on how is it gonna look. So we're gonna have some pictures. I'm gonna get some images of every action here. But yeah, it's coming along just fine. It'll be up ready to go tomorrow night on The Office.
Who are the favorites?
You got people walking behind you. Where are you at, dude?
Like I said, man, I'm running errands. I'm just dropping my mom off his spots. I'm waiting for her to come back. Just taking her from place to place to place so that she can, run her errands because she don't drive. So somebody got to take her around, So that today's my week. I got brothers. You know what's up. You know what's up. So
I have a nice car.
So yeah, I'm being a good son. Doing what I need to do, but yeah, so yeah, I'm in a Walmart parking lot or a Dollar Tree or some shit. I don't know where I'm at. She said, "Yeah, right here."
Who do you see as the early favorites, like Dutch from Predator? Who do you?
It's hard to say, man. Honestly, you think John Wick? If you, it depends on how the audience is going to vote because it's going to be going out to the audience and whoever's voting. I see John Wick being a top favorite.
That's the thing is the way you set it up, which is the best way to set it up is to let the chat vote on it. Because obviously, if we sat there and voted on it, it's going to be 4 people, or 3 to 4 people, me, you, T.
So
we're going
want it to be 100, 200.
Yeah, no one wants to obviously we're going to have our biases towards it. Fine. But even when you did the rating system on the Marvel females or whatever, it's like shit. You had your bias towards it. I had mine. T. I don't even know what T. What the fuck he's talking.
Mostly, about. I think that one kind of went like I thought it would go. I thought it would come down to Scarlett and Haley Atwell, which it did. Salma Hayek. I thought it would come down to that. This one, I have no idea. I don't know. It depends on what people like. Like, is Indiana Jones still?
You leave it up to the chat. Chat is king, man. That's something like the number one rule of streaming. Like, chat.
I'm gonna put it out to everybody. I'm not just gonna do it on the streaming chats because I'll be like, so we're gonna announce the bracket on Sunday, and then on Monday I'm gonna put it as posts. So it's gonna be posted up on my channel. I'm gonna put it as a post, and then I'm gonna probably go to X and put it as a post there as well. You know what I'm saying?
How many will there be?
And then put it at the poll. So then I'll see, all right, who's gonna win between these, and I'll have like 4 every day, 4 matchups a day. Or maybe more. I don't know.
Okay.
So be like, okay, this the number 1 seed versus 16, 2 versus 15, 3 versus 14, and we'll run that. And that'll be one day.
Minutes, man, where the fuck?
What's up?
Like the worst. You're in the worst part of LA, man. You haven't moved in like 4 minutes.
I said, bro, I'm parked at a spot.
He's in a parking lot. Where do you want him to go?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you're parked. My bad.
Yeah,
I was like,
well,
there's cars
moving behind you. Worst traffic ever.
There's cars moving behind you.
Man, I'm in a parking lot. I'm parked up at this. I'm at like a super Walmart or some shit. I'm at a super
or something like that.
Mom has to go shopping.
Yeah, I gotta take Mom's to the store, man. So she's in Walmart and she's doing her shit.
You gotta put on boxing gloves to go in there. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, see, we in Torrance. This is like one of the safest Walmarts you ever gonna go to.
That's good.
I'm in Torrance. Torrance is safe, man. Torrance is safe.
What's the plan for Snow White Thursday?
How safe is it for white people?
You ain't never been to Torrance?
No.
Have you been to Torrance? Torrance is like all white and Asian. The only people that you see that are black here are the people that come to shop.
Okay.
Torrance is mostly white and Asian. They got like a nice little anime convention they run over here every year.
Like it's like it's also white and Asian, but it's like
But it's the hood.
No, it's people with money. Oddly enough, they can't afford a fucking cell
This is
tower.
middle class America. This is like we're in middle class America. You know the king. You know them Hawaiian rolls. You know them the King's Hawaiian. Their little headquarters is like right over here. We right off of the 405. It's a relatively safe area. People just come here to shop, But yo, Quentin, yeah. I mean, on Snow White, man, we're gonna go watch it and then we're gonna talk about it.
When does it come out? Is it this weekend or next weekend?
Thursday. No, this Thursday. This Thursday.
You want me to go with you?
Hey man, see it if you want to. I'm gonna probably be at Burbank. But I probably won't show up early. I probably won't show up and go to the Yard House, but I'll be at Burbank. I'm gonna go watch it there, just to get a sense of the crowd.
Confirm you're gonna be in Burbank. I might bite the bullet and come join you. Like,
yeah, I'm probably gonna go to Burbank, but I'm not gonna. I'm just probably gonna roll over there. Like, I'm not gonna go up there early, because I doubt anybody else is coming up there too early for this shit. So I'll just show up. Go, I'll get a ticket, show up. I don't even know. Have the tickets sold out in Burbank yet?
Yeah. Did you check and see if people had bought tickets online? You were doing that the other day. I just did a video about that. Yeah, I watched it. I was like, have you noticed a change in the numbers?
So I checked it the other day, right? And like when we were on stream, and like 2:00, like look, movies release on Thursday at about 6, maybe 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
On Thursdays for an early release. Snow White has releases from like 2 o'clock and on, which is super not normal. Like it's not normal at all.
So
I don't think it's gonna do well.
All those ones are not sold out, and then the 7 o'clock one, which is like which would be like the prime time to go see it. Like I checked that one, and there was like, I want to say 20 people in a theater that we would consider, let's say, stadium seating. And it's the biggest theater in California, if not in the US. Like Burbank is like the biggest theater in the US in general.
So when
that one is not doing well, you know that movie's not doing well.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
So what time would like parents go to take their children to a movie? Like 7, 6, 7?
Probably 7 after
7
dinner, you
o'clock
know.
show?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that should be the busiest, I would think.
And it was like that. All the good seats were totally open. Like,
It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be super bad. It's not gonna be a good situation at all. But that's cool, man. Look, we're gonna have fun with that. That one's gonna be.
It's not gonna be like Barbie. It's not gonna be like Barbie. Like,
hell no.
Like I remember going to like the same night when Barbie dropped. There was just nothing but women around, and also sadly men, all in fucking pink. Everybody was in pink. They were just like, dude, they were just pink, all the way down. And it was just like, dude, the Yard House was like sold out. Like every place you wanted to go to even grab a beer just had nothing but all these people dressed like this for that premiere. Snow White's not going to be like that at all. No one's going to give a shit.
So how much do you guys think that it will make on an opening weekend?
It's gonna be about 50 million, and it might be less than that.
I would say 40 to 50. Yeah, 40
it's gonna be the way it's looking right now. It's coming in less than 50. They had said 48 to 58. We'll see. We'll see.
They always go high. They go high bar with that shit.
I think it's gonna be low.
I'm thinking low 40s.
Premiere. They doing that Hollywood premiere tonight. I'm gonna be scouring the news to see if they have anything. But they're not going to have any interviews. The press isn't invited, so you're not going to get any reviews on it. It's sad, man. They think that they're going to hide this from the people. The people are coming for this shit. It is going to get destroyed.
Did you guys see the thing she did the other night in the castle? And she did like a selfie. Oh my god, that picture was horrible. And and like I guess they just had like her people or something. Like the crowd was really small, and it didn't look good. And she sang like a song, I guess, and that was about it.
Yep.
Hey, that's terrible.
Hey, Cyfax, I'm a bounce, bro. I gotta hit this message. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.
Okay, bye, DA.
See you later, Ann. Bye, Quentin. See y'all next time.
Bye.
All right. That's a cameo from DA. Very loud from his car.
Guest star.
About Burbank. When the chicken is good, it's good.
Hey, man. Burbank did some pretty good food. There's some good spots down there. There used to be even better ones until they all got shut down.
Why did they get shut down?
Well, like one of them, like one of my favorite places was called Gordon Biersch, which is actually a beer company, and they used to have this dish that was like a seafood, Italian dish, or what? Or it was like a spicy Italian dish. It's like I don't know, $15-$16, but oh man. It had everything you wanted in it, and it had the right amount of spice in it. And that thing got shut down. I remember I even took a date there one time to the point where like I went there so many times, and it just happened randomly on the date that I took this girl that a car crashed in front of the goddamn place. And we're like, oh shit. And then we kept eating, but then we took pictures and stuff. But
like, talk about a bad date story.
Like, no. It was a good date. No, like everything. I mean, that made it great. Like that made it way more.
Well, I mean, at least it's something memorable. At least it's something. It's an interesting date.
It's like hell that happened. I'm like, yes, it did. Yeah, like even if what happened afterwards wasn't as good, you'll remember that. Like
definitely. That's wild. Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know. Fun. Quentin, do you have a bad date story?
I think what'd be more interesting is if I had a good date story.
Okay.
I got a lot of bad date stories.
Okay, so Throw out a bad date story.
Well, so
But Quinn has a bad date story. I mean, look, he has a picture with a kid in it. Come on. Like,
Well, that's a good date.
I'm kidding.
So I'll say this
Am
much.
I though? Like,
So I went on a date with this girl that I didn't want to go on a date with anyway.
So why did you go?
Because my buddy wanted to go on a date with her, but he was taken, and he's like, "Dude, could you
Do me a favor?
Just go out with her so I
Yeah.
can know what it's like." And I'm like, "I guess, bro."
You're the test date. You're
So,
a test date. Oh, that's awesome.
So I take her and we go to this place called.
It's one thing to be like the wingman. It's another thing to really take one for the team. Like,
Yeah, I gotta tell you, he's braver than I.
It's not like she was bad looking or anything. It's just like her best asset was she had like this big ass, and that did nothing for me.
Her best asset was her ass.
Like,
that's what happens when you're 350 pounds. Yes.
I like the chest part, some legs, like big asses is not my thing, but that was his. So he's like, "Dude, go check it out for me." So anyway, so we go on this date, and we go to this place called Main Event, and they got rock climbing, bowling, pool.
Oh, it's like an activity place.
You ended up being the main event. Come on.
Yes. So date was fine. She was cool.
Okay.
But then the next day, I'm working for Frito-Lay, and it's February, January, and I was having some issues with the truck. So it's like 15 degrees outside, and I tell them not to load the regular truck. They got to load the spare truck because the regular truck was anyway. So there I am in 15 degrees with two big 26-foot box trucks back to back to each other, moving carts from one truck to the other, and I get a phone call from someone I don't know who it is. It's the father of her kids.
What?
Yeah, saying, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you moving in?"
I gotta address this in the chat. Wait, does Sci-Fax like Big Shirley? No. No.
That's important. You must address this.
Who's Big Shirley?
Oh, you don't? Oh, God. I don't think we have enough time to go through that.
I'm new to this soap opera.
Very soon. Let's just say Big Shirleys are what you assume they are.
Oh, is it like a name that you guys call women of a certain type of character?
Size.
They're a certain size. Yeah.
You can tell me. I'm not going to be offended.
Big girls.
It's just
and you guys call them Big Shirleys?
Cater
it's not
does.
just big. Yeah, Cater. Yeah, it's more of a new Blackstreet thing. But
so how big do you have to be a Big Shirley? Like is it like short fat? Is it tall fat?
220 or better. I mean, I'm 210 and I'm 6 foot. So if you're short and chubbier than me, and hey, man, I don't get me wrong, like I'm not rocking no six pack over here. It's all good, but I'm also 35 and I don't give a shit anymore.
So you guys call them Big Shirley. I'm learning a lot tonight. So you all call them Big Shirleys. Okay, so was this a Big Shirley?
No, she was thin, but she just had a big ass, red hair, and yeah. So I'm getting a call at like 2 in the morning.
Was her face all of the fucked up? Is that what you're talking about?
It was a little bit buttery.
Oh, a butterface.
Oh,
not like completely, but it was
ish.
Anyway, so yeah, so I'm like, what is going on? He's like, "Hey, you're talking to this is the woman. This is my wife. This is my children."
She was married.
The way she explained it, even after this phone call, is they were never married, but they lived together. So they just kind of like
they were common law.
Anyway, so
yeah,
and I'm like, bro, I'm like, look, man, I went on a date with her. Like, chill out. I'm busy right now. I ain't even like, why are you even talking to me anyway? Like, what the hell? And so I hang up on him, and then I call her. Like, what the hell? What is this? Why does this guy know my phone number? Why is he calling me? Like, what is this about? Right? and she was like, "Oh, well, he's just mad. I can't believe he did that." This, well, hold on a second, and the next thing I know, it's a three-way phone call with all three of us.
Shut the front door.
And then there's,
To be fair, that was Quentin's first three-way. So
Well, the first one's always the hardest.
So I'm like, yo, what? And they're just like yelling at each other and going off. And I was like, you know what? Y'all go ahead and deal with this. And I'll just never talk to either of you again. Sounds great to me. I got shit to do anyway. Hung up and that was it.
And your friend got you into this mess?
That's not even the worst time. Like this friend has got me into a lot of issues.
Why is he your friend, Quentin? He's not your friend.
Okay. Before Quentin gets too much into incriminating evidence, I'm going to be ending this stream because also I got shit to do. But I'm surprised it went on this long, and thank you guys for both joining. Jesus, you're hilarious. And whenever I do some more of these, obviously, I just throw the invite into the chat and whatnot. Whoever wants to kind of come on, you're probably more than welcome, but I only have 4 spots, so I'm going to keep referencing that. But my God.
Apparently, as surely as if she can finish a KFC bucket of chicken by herself in one sitting, I guess, is a surely.
This again was something that meant to go on for about 1 hour. I think even my hair gel fucking like pieced out because like it's not even slicked back anymore. So I need to redo my hair because obviously I look retarded, but it's fine. I'm like,
you look fine. It's fine.
I just got a pompadour going on. It's all good. Like my hair.
Oh my God, pomps. Are they back in? Are men wearing pomps again?
No, that's the problem is they're not. I just have one right now.
Yeah, I know, but pomps are cool, man. It's just like a classic cut.
I'm always curious to rewatch the stream and watch my hair just
melt.
Out. Just like, oh my God.
Slowly melts.
Like, what is happening? Like it went to like I'm just trying to slick it back, and it was like, no, we're just gonna go up. Like, thank you. But Jesus Christ. Anyways, it was great to have you on, and We the North and Quentin Edwards, of course, all the time. Whenever I don't know, whenever I'm doing these, they're obviously very random, and I always intend to have them do about 1 hour. And now we're going on 3 hours, so that's how these streams go, and it's it'll probably continue like this.
Did you get enough? Did you get some views and stuff, like your stats and stuff? Did it help?
I had like 9 people to 15 people watching every now and then.
Is that good? Is that okay?
It doesn't update me until like the next day. If I go check it right now, it'll be like, oh, you got 1 hour. And then tomorrow it'll be like, you had an extra 12 hours. And I'm like, yeah, all right.
And you could have helped us if you'd have showed off the girls in your profile picture.
Oh, I'm not that kind of girl. Sorry. I am not that kind of girl. No. Sorry. I mean, I guess you could just put a picture of that.
How hot are your daughters? No.
I don't have any children. So, and if I did, I wouldn't pimp them out. So, no. But I appreciate it, Quentin. I appreciate it.
We just put any picture of
you guys are gonna have to be the candy. Sorry. You're gonna have to show a little bit more.
Hey, look, I'm grateful for anyone that showed up in this, and I've already seen some people saying great stream and whatever.
Thanks, guys.
And thank you for my great guests and We the North and Quentin Edwards, and then a couple obviously of our guests. We even had DA for a minute. That was awesome. And obviously also Emily. She was sweet as hell.
Yeah, nice to Emily. Hi, Emily. You're nice.
Yes. Emily's
and
awesome.
DA and everybody. So thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. I know you guys want to talk about geeky things. It's just not my wheelhouse, I guess. So sorry.
What's funny is like I go into this stuff with the intention, like I technically have topics. I don't ever get to any of them. And then also I do the whole like inviting people to the stream, and then we just bullshit. And like I like talking to the chat, the people who follow
Chat's
us,
good.
and like chat is king. That's the one thing. If you ever want to get into streaming or whatever, you got to understand chat is king, and then they dictate what actually goes on. That's what also surprised me sometimes when I'm on other people's streams and they don't acknowledge the chat as much as I do. Whatever.
Yeah. I've been on some and it's like they don't even say hi to anybody. It's all about them. And it's just like I totally
like DA because he comes in and he's just like he'll go down his whole list and he's just like boom, 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 boom. He's just like he at least says hi to everybody. For one, it's a nice gesture. You're going out of your way to watch this person. It's a simple, easy thing to do, whatever. And I mean, for me, it's easy because I only got like 10 to maybe 12 people that watch me on, and like 3 of them are on the stream.
You gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
No, of course. But I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm grateful that even one person watches, but I'm also happy that I have people that are even willing to jump on and discuss. even if you don't really care about the subject, you're willing to discuss it. It's great. Thank you for jumping on. I'm going.
I mean, I'm always willing to kind of go on. I think this is all really kind of new to me, and I find it really interesting, and the chat's always really nice and everything. So I would be willing to like come on and chit chat.
Is nicer to women than they are to men, but
oh, come on, chat, come on, you gotta love the men too. Yeah, I love them all.
No, so. Chat. You got to shit on women more. Like,
I can take it. I'm a big girl. I can take it. Well, not a Shirley. Apparently, I can tell you, I'm not a Shirley.
Like I'm under 220. Damn it.
I most definitely am. Yes. So I'm not a Shirley, but thanks, Jeff, and thanks, Quentin.
And appreciate you, bro.
Yes, you guys are all really super duper nice.
It was good talking to you, Ann, and you guys all have a good one. I'll catch you either in some of the next streams because I'm probably going to be trolling on some of the next ones that you guys might be in. But I'm kind of burnt out, man. But
no worries. I'm just saying, like I'm like I would be willing to go on, but I'm not someone who would go and start a channel. Like it's a lot. You guys do a lot of work. Like I really admire the work that you guys do. Like it's a lot to set all this stuff up, and
I thought it would be a lot easier. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and I appreciate it.
Shit. Like you got to do work. Like what is this? Like why am I working outside of work? What is this bullshit?
Yeah, but it's it's fun. You have a good time, and it's you got a good chat and good people, and that's if you're having fun, that's what if you can like make some money and have a little bit of fun, that's a secret to life.
If I ever make $1 off of this, don't get me wrong, the chat will know because I'll go out and like I'll make $1 and I'll go spend like $30 on some bullshit and like do flyers and like little twirly bullshit and I'll be like I made $1 and I
nice
just
50 cents. Hey,
yet. That's why you haven't seen it, but when it gets to that point,
that's good. I really wish you guys well, and I hope you do well. I don't understand. Anne eats corn the long way too. Is that like Shirley that I don't get?
You don't get that? No.
Is that a D joke? Is that a D joke?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm single. Yes,
I'm single. You said I gotta be harder on the ladies too, so I gotta start telling her she's.
Oh, that's okay. I can take it. I just don't know what it means.
Look up, if you can take it and you eat the corn the long way, I mean, you're like prime A. Like,
oh, I don't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way.
That's what corn the long way means.
That means that you take like a big giant
you,
one,
like deep throat it, and like you take all the kernels off in one bite. Like
Is that a porno thing? Like, is that something people do in
No,
pornos
no,
now?
it was some bullshit that started in wrestling and it just rolled over.
Oh, are
to
you serious?
TNG.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
learning all. So there's
Hey,
corn, there's Shirley's, there's all
when the
the other
stream is
things.
over, look up Michael Bublé corn, and you'll figure out why we say it.
Oh yes,
Well,
yes,
Michael Bublé has done some
actually
bad
started
things.
it. That kind
So-
of started it, but also it started in I want to say, was it WCW or WEW or WWF? But it was like
well,
somebody had a sign was like whatever the wrestler was is like somebody eats corn the long way, and like they looked over and they were
Yeah.
just like they died, like they were just like, oh my god, they couldn't handle what it meant.
Oh wait, it's coming up on Google. It means
It will,
eating
yeah,
across
it's
some.
become a thing. Okay, guys. You guys have a great one. Thank you for joining me.
You guys are wild. I love it.
I'm gonna end the stream. You guys
Okay.
have a good one. I'll
Adios.
catch you on some other streams and whatnot. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, you guys have a great night
Much
or
love,
day
man.
or whatever it is there. Okay. Night.